We are back. We should be back on right now.
Hold on,
All right. Well,
let me see.
if we are, that's good. But now I just lost everything. So
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
we're good. We're back on now,
We're back on. All right.
and everything looks good. So
It's better.
yeah.
okay.
All right. Cool.
Well, I just completely lost everything. So somebody else go, because I just lost everything.
No, start back up with what you were saying before.
I completely forgot what I was saying.
Oh, well, shit.
Uh,
Well,
um,
this is where I'm at with it. Nothing that TJ said or what Phil was about to say is wrong. Um, I do believe that there. Oh, my boy wants to in the chat. Yeah, bro. Uh, I do
Yeah.
believe that there's a situation where a lot of these superstars, they just I don't want to say like they hit their time, but it's like when I look at people like Shayna, I didn't get mad when I saw Shayna got released because I don't think Shayna has fit there since she left NXT, and they've been just treading water with her. And as good as she is, as much as she can be a huge heel, or if you want to do a face, cool. But I think she can be an extreme natural heel because she doesn't have to go out there and try to get through a promo and with the way that WWE scripts things. She can go out there and just actually hurt people. No, Bobby Lashley. She will actually because she's good. She's been good. There's never been a period where she wasn't good. Even when she was in the tag team with Ronda, bad tag team, good wrestler in Shayna. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm crying that Shayna got released. Shayna should be in GCW or AEW or somewhere where they can use her as a prominent figure. Now,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? I got mad when I saw Kane and Katana because like you made these tag team championships and you made the decision to break up. Even though I don't like the stable with PFC and Sonya, Zoe, and freaking Shayna, but
Zoe, Shayna, and
yeah,
Sonya. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You broke them up. You broke Chemical X up. You broke Metagirls up. Bianca, Jade, and Naomi all have jobs still, but you broke them up. You don't have lives in Japan. Raquel just has the tag team belt. She's the tag team champions. What are we doing?
They're the tag team division was already always struggling to begin with,
Yeah.
and now it's completely dismantled.
And the one real tag team that you had, because essentially,
Yeah, the one legitimate tag team that was not just randomly two people
you
coming
feel me?
together.
You feel me? It's
It's
like
gone.
that's what I'm confused about. Cause like Bianca and Jade, it's a makeshift tag team. They have a whole stable, but you damn near broke the stable up because you moved Naomi to do her own thing, and the big three was
You basically
brought
did.
out there, and then you
I don't
separated
even,
them.
that's a big three anymore,
Yeah,
honestly.
there was, and then they said, "Oh nah, okay." But it's working out its own way. They're all doing their own thing. Bianca's sitting out right now. She'll be back, and then she'll probably be in the championship picture. Everyone's doing their own thing. The point is, you have all these women's tag teams, and 95% of them you just put together. Natalia and Maxine Dupree, you just put them together. Michin and B-Fab, you just put them together. You had one real tag team. One real tag team on that roster. On the main roster. They don't put on bad matches. Their entrance has crowd participation. If you ask them to cut a promo, they have shown they cut a promo. They get very little mic time, but they have shown they can cut a promo. There is nothing wrong with Kaden and Katana. They check off all of the boxes. So why are we releasing them? Why do you have these belts if you're not? If it was me, I'm putting those belts on them, and then as I'm building a tag team division, I'm making sure that they stay champion. I'm keeping them as champion, and then I'm building on the way down. I'm not building up because at this point, you haven't had a tag team division in I don't know how long. Even when you made the belts, you barely had. You had the Iconics. You had.
You never had one.
Maybe
Well,
6
I'm
teams.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think
sorry.
of. That's what I'm saying.
You never had a tag team division in the first place.
But even
yeah,
so,
sure you had Boston Connection. Yeah, sure you had the Iconics. But even in that era of the women's tag team championships, there weren't many.
That's what I'm saying. You had like 6. I think they did a tournament before, and you had it like 6. I think it was 6 to 8. I forget who was in the bracket. You had at least 6 to 8 at a point. That's why they made the belts.
Fire and Desire was one other tag team that I can remember.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was Mandy and Sonya.
Yeah.
But those were 3.
That's
three.
cool.
And that was it for me.
But Phil, that's cool. the reason for them to have made a tournament and a bracket, that means they have at least 6 to 8 tag teams that we could build a division around. And the fact that they didn't use that as a grounding point, that's the problem. It doesn't matter if we see them as a tag team or not. Anytime you make a tournament for a certain division, you have like the cruiserweight division, the X division, the freaking, you make a bracket for a tournament. You have a division here. But as soon as you start cutting people out, and then the most prominent figures of that, which again is Kane and Katana, you've lost it. Thing is, we should have saw this coming when they were the only real tag team in that Fatal 4-Way on SmackDown a few weeks ago, and they lost to Bayley and Lyra, another makeshift tag team, which you broke up and then brought Becky in and then broke that tag team up within a day.
Literally every single tag team in the women's tag team division is makeshift. The only ones were Kane and Katana, and now they're gone. So what's the freaking point?
And that's the thing.
There is none.
Essentially, every tag team is makeshift. Essentially, because that's how you do it. You bring them in and like, oh, this is a weird tag team. Like it's like when they put Braun and Ricochet together. But the thing that makes them not makeshift is when you develop them over time with segments, with promos, with matches, with wins and losses. And then as time, we're like, oh, okay, that's how you develop a stable, develop a tag team.
Continue their momentum, get them wins, do things,
you feel me?
Promos, wins, development, yes, 100%.
But they don't do that. They don't do that. They weren't doing that with at all. They weren't doing that with Meech and B-Fab. They were there, but they weren't having weekly tag team matches. They did that with Natalya and Maxine. No. Maxine came out, I think, after Rusev beat up, and I think Natalya came out to help Maxine after Rusev came out when he beat up Akira and Otis on Monday. And I'm like, I understand you're trying to tell a whole story here, but you're not even. They probably had 1 or 2 matches on SmackDown. You could have gave them a name, gave them a collab theme song, put the effort in. But it's obvious they don't want to put the effort in. So I understand when people say just get rid of the belts. I don't really agree with it, but I understand because you have other tag team. They have I think the Knockouts have a tag team division. I'm pretty sure.
They do.
Yeah,
they have the Knockouts tag team.
Yeah,
but the thing is, the TNA, they actually developed their women's tag team division.
That's what I'm saying.
They have some women's tag team division, and they actually, I mean, yeah, sure, some of them you can argue that they could be makeshift, but they actually developed them, and they actually put them in tag team matches, have them get wins, have them have promos, and they're actually a legit tag team now. So
yeah, even what AEW's trying to do with Harley Cameron and freaking Anna Jay, they're trying to push the Harley Cameron Anna Jay thing. They don't have a division.
The thing is, AEW right now is just trying to find an actual partner for Harley. Because at first, they were doing something with her and Mercedes. And then that dropped a week later. And then all of a sudden, now she's paired up with AEW. They're trying to figure out some sort of consistency with that.
That's what I'm saying.
We're talking about is fat asses and tits over there in AEW, but I mean, at least we're talking about something.
Yeah, it's a progression. You know what I'm saying? It's a progression, and it's getting people to watch. So, like, even that's progression. But the problem is, and that this will always be the problem with this company, I don't care, until a person who's not in the McMahon lineage. I know Triple H isn't blood, but he's married to the boss's daughter, the former boss's daughter. So, and as much as we know that Triple H books differently from Vince, and I'm never one of the people that want Vince back for multiple different reasons. Never, you'll never hear me say that. As much as I don't,
and it's never gonna happen.
Yes, at all. But the problem is Triple H still does a lot of the things to a lesser extent that Vince used to do. Even if they bring Rock, that's the thing. Even if they bring Rock in, yeah, I told y'all last stream. I do believe Rock is going to be in creative or someone that he appoints by 2030. Triple H is not. I don't think he's going to have it. Rock, you remember that big skull thing, the big skull thing that Vince had in his office? Rock has that in his office now. Big T-Rex thing. Rock is just going to be a different version of Vince. We're not going to get anywhere in this company as far as full evolution, no pun intended, until we get out of the lineage. But the thing is, we're never going to get out of the lineage because the way this company is going now, it's just going to be a trickle down. And it's going to be passed down to whoever Rock wants. And it's not going to work. So when these releases start, and then when TKO comes in, and now that they're changing things, we're gonna continue to see every WrestleMania season or every September, we're gonna see some people on this release list that like Braun Strowman. He put over Jacob and Bronson Reed, kicked them out. You had a whole established stable with Gigi, Tatum, and Shotzi on NXT. You released both. Well, obviously Shotzi wanted to get out of there, and then you released Gigi. Jakara, why are you releasing her?
2, 3 for Chemical X, and now Tatum's all on.
Yeah, Jakara, why are you releasing her? Dakota Kai, I still stand firmly.
I think that's right. I think Riley and Tatum were a thing, or are a thing.
I heard that they were. I guess I don't know. I didn't. People told me that, and I didn't even ask. Like people just said, "Oh, hey." I was like, I don't care who they dated, but I
know Riley somebody, but
yeah,
I don't know.
But it's just the even with
okay.
even with freaking Dakota, you know, I still believe that either Dakota Kai or Ivy Nile should have won that belt. I understand what they're trying to do with Lyra right now, but now in hindsight is 2020, so everyone knows, everyone can see it. You feel me now? But
I would have had Dakota win.
Why would you not have Dakota Kai win an IC championship? Why would you not? The belt is not made for Becky, who's about to win on Saturday. The belt, damn near, I think Lyra should have been in the main event picture because she showed that she can hoop in NXT at the top of the level. I'm not a big fan of Lyra, but I don't think she should be in the mid card. But now the story that you're doing with the mid card isn't that much better because now you're just doing a basic Becky elevation, basic Becky Charlotte elevation. You're not doing anything that's evolving the freaking women's division. And now I told you and TJ privately, I don't think they're doing that Evolution show, and if they do, it's gonna be a bad show because the young stars that you have on NXT and on you're not even developing them right. So I don't even know if they have enough to do another Mae Young Classic. I don't know if people are gonna want to participate in the Mae Young Classic because they know every WrestleMania season, if they could be even doing something with you, and they'll still cut you just because you happen to be on the list that day, and you're not. You destroyed the women's division, and now your mid card is hurting too because you have two people holding the mid card belt, and 9 times out of 10 they're gonna lose to someone who's higher on the totem pole, which destroys the actual meaning of a mid card championship. So what are we doing?
I mean, go ahead. Somebody else. I heard somebody.
I don't know. I thought someone would say something. I don't know. I think it's like delayed. What the fuck?
She was injury prone. Yeah.
Give her a chance, she gets hurt.
Oh shit.
And so I'm not saying she should have got out, but I think that plays a part into watch that fight because she was never like every time they try to give her a chance, she gets hurt. She has some type of injury or something. So I guess they just didn't want to, you know.
Pause.
I don't agree with it, but I agree with that. Yeah. This sucks. It just sucks.
And I'm not saying Dakota should have been fired. So, you know.
Like in my eyes, they legitimately just broke up Metaphor just to release 2 of them,
Yeah,
and it's just not right.
That I don't understand. I don't understand why they did that.
Like that's just not right. I mean, you had Jakara Jackson in there with Lash Legend, easily one of the best. That's another legitimate women's tag team. Love. That was another one.
Yeah.
That was literally the only other one that I could even think of, and now they're gone. Now, sure. Here's the thing: when it comes down to the 2 of them, do I see a little bit more potential in Lash Legend than I did in Jakara Jackson? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie when I say that. I did, but that doesn't mean you just have to cut with Jakara Jackson just because she's nothing. She definitely could have been something.
And you know what's funny too? I'm happy you said that. You know what's funny too? And this is where I don't want to say I differ with wrestling fans because I think all of us, whether we want to or not, we all share the same traits at times. I remember when Lash first got there, and they had her doing the catchphrase. They had her doing the talk show. It was like lashing out with Lash Legend or something. And one of her first programs was with the person who they want fired, Nikita. Kicked her out the chair. The shit was fucking hilarious. I don't know why they didn't go forward with that. And people were calling her trash legend because she wasn't good. They said, "Oh, she's a basketball player. She don't know." Okay, as time, Lash gets better, and she progresses.
Or when it comes to,
I've never understood heavy criticism of NXT superstars. Evolve, level up, I don't give a fuck. That makes no sense to me. And like I said, I've done it too. I'm not saying this to say, like, oh, fuck y'all. No, I've done it too. Unknowingly or knowingly. You feel me? We do the same shit all the time. I'm trying now to, like, progress to stop doing that. Like, just, like, recently, because I don't think they're in NXT to develop. Lash was in NXT to develop, and then she ended up getting better. So just let her go. Let these superstars get better. If they don't get better, all right, cool. But these superstars are trying to learn how to get to the main roster. Now, if they're on the main roster beating the top of the top and they can't wrestle, okay, I understand now. You feel me? Then it's cool. But I'm not in the business of, like, looking at NXT and Evolve Water, learning how to wrestle. Whether you like Nikita or not, she tore both her ACLs and she's learning how to wrestle. Whether you like Lash Legend or not, she came from basketball to NXT. She's learning how to wrestle. Obafemi came from throwing shot put, and now he's the main person in NXT. Trick Williams couldn't wrestle when he got there. Now he's one of the most over people in the damn company. So why are we taking this route of, oh, fire them, they're NXT Evolve, oh, they suck? We've seen these superstars progress because they're learning. Everyone learns at different levels. And it's cool when it's their favorite, but when it's someone they don't like, oh, fire them. Oh, no. They're in a certain place. They're in this bubble, the Performance Center or Evolve or whatever, to get better. So if they're not getting better, if you just don't like them, that's cool. I'm not here to police who you like. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm telling you is, I think we need to stop attacking these superstars for learning how to get better because they're in school. You can't have a first grader here and he's learning how to do math and say, oh, you're not good at math. He's learning, bitch. What are you talking about? He's trying to progress to get to second grade. Now I understand if you boosted his ass up and now he's doing algebra and he can't do it. No. We're trying to teach here. You start at the ground level. You can't punch down without the ground level. You can't punch down as they're trying to learn how to wrestle. You look weird at that. You don't sound like you know what you're talking about. You're just saying things to say it. And like I said, I'm guilty of it too. I'm sure all of us have done it at some point. I'm not here to talk for y'all. I'm just saying that we're not trying to come off from a sense like we're holier than thou. No. What I'm saying is I think we need to progress to that point just as a group of people. I know these releases hurt. I know our feelings were hurt. I was mad as shit seeing, like I said, Kenny Katana. That pissed me the fuck off. But at the same time, that doesn't give us the right to get our sadness and our misery and just throw it around to other people and say, oh no, them. You're not helping anything. You're just making shit worse. You know, you're not evolving wrestling conversation. You're just talking in the same nuances that we have been doing for years. And this is why we never progress. Really, first of all, as a fucking fan base. Forget the company. The company's going to move no matter if we're watching or not. I don't care how many people make a hashtag boycott WWE. They don't care. They're making budget cuts after making revenue highs. You think your TV matters? No, it doesn't. It does not. You turning off the TV, turning off Netflix. I don't care if you're watching the other websites, allegedly. I don't care what you're doing. They've made it too far now. It's obvious they don't care. They do things whether they want to do them, especially because TKO's there. Because TKO really don't give a damn. I would like to think Triple H gives a damn a little bit. I would like to, even though he's boneheaded as all hell sometimes, well, a lot of the time. I would like to think he gives a damn a little bit more than those TKO people. Because they're stretching themselves out everywhere. You feel me? But
he can definitely do better at press events for sure. He being Triple H.
Sometimes he needs to shut up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, depending on circumstances for sure. But I want to get Nate's thoughts on some stuff when it comes down to these releases, because Nate, you have been very patient. You have been very quiet. I understand you're probably just allowing us to talk, or however you want to say it, or whatever. But yeah, man. I mean, obviously, we're just kind of going random names at the point from the list that we have here. But what ones were the most shocking to you, if anything, when it comes down to it? You can do NXT, you can do main roster, what have you. And want to hear your thoughts, man, because obviously this just sucks all around.
So I'm gonna just go down the list. So obviously the most shocking one for me, everybody knows who it is freaking Gigi Dolan.
Yeah.
One, because everybody from mostly TikTok and everywhere else knows me because of the famous Gigi call. Now it's no more, sadly. Um,
You
but
have to find another one if you're gonna follow the
yeah,
word.
it won't roll off the tongue.
It's
It
gonna have
won't
to
roll
be
off the tongue. Yeah,
it's gonna
it's
have to
gonna
be
have to.
Priscilla or something.
Yeah,
This
it's
man
gonna
let
have to
his
be
She's going by
something else.
Priscilla Kelly.
Priscilla. It won't hit the same. It won't hit the. It's too many
It won't.
syllables.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gigi with just two syllables. I could just roll it. Priscilla. Yeah, it doesn't
Priscilla.
It don't work.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't.
you'll find something.
But going down the
Yeah.
list. So Braun Strowman. So
I was
I
shocked that
understand.
day. I was.
Yeah. So Braun Strowman, before he got released, I think he was on TV like a couple weeks ago. He was saving somebody, as like with the
Probably LA Knight.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was LA Knight with the US title picture or whatever, and then he's going bloop. Oh snap! What just
I
happened?
think
Oh,
so.
Saw got deleted. Um, Dakota Kai was
Shut
another
up, man.
one that was completely shocking too. Just because like I understand that they didn't have nothing for her, and I to me I thought that she was going to beat Lyra for the IC title, but they didn't have
Dakota.
nothing for her. Yeah, I thought Dakota was going to beat Lyra for the IC title, but I don't know. And then you just broke up damage, well, what was left of damage control, so now you have EO by herself, which I'm like, we know EO is that girl, so like she could handle herself, she could do whatever she got to do. So but
Yeah.
as far as like Dakota doing like single stuff, I was trying to see her do like some more single stuff, get a mid card title, go fight for like world championships, stuff like that. Didn't happen. Next, Shayna Baszler.
I know you
uh,
have some thoughts on this one for sure, right?
yeah. So, so Phil already knows. I'm pretty sure Loft and everybody else knows too. I was the one of the biggest Shayna Baszler fans when she was in NXT. Uh, she was completely dominant coming up to the main roster, and she should have beat. I still say she should have beat Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, and
We
they
all
didn't
do.
pull the trigger.
It was all
I
because
think
of
we all
Vince.
agree.
They
Yep,
wanted to happen, but,
they
Becky
didn't
did.
pull the
Becky
trigger.
Becky wanted it to happen, but
Shit,
Vince said no.
Right. They did not pull
it's
the
in the book.
trigger. And ever since then, she just like kept going down, going down, going down. They never brought her back up. She kept sinking, sinking, sinking. They threw her in random tag teams. Nia Jax, Ronda
Right.
Rousey,
Right.
who else? Zoe Stark
PFC.
and yeah, Zoe Stark, PFC. Like
You could have actually done something with those guys though,
you
because they actually have
yeah,
like
you could have.
something to
Yeah,
work off of for
PFC
style
was
wise. But
yeah, PFC was actually nice, but they sunk once
We were
Sonya
good,
got
right?
released too, and then
They were,
yeah, like they didn't do nothing at all with Shayna Baszler, so I'm pissed off about that. I definitely wanted Shayna Baszler to win a world title. in WWE. Like I said, around the 2019 2020 um, part of WWE with Shayna Baszler, she was definitely at the top, and they completely messed her up. And I never forgive WWE for that. Kaden and Katana. Um,
Just why?
yeah, why? Kaden and Katana. Kaden and
Just why?
Katana, you got rid of the only legitimate tag team on the main roster, besides the Meta Girls, besides like other women tag teams in NXT. They were the only like real tag team on the main roster, and you just
Why'd you
got
do
rid of them. That was stupid. Um, yeah, like Loft said, I'm one of those people that say, "Hey, get rid of the titles right now, the tag team titles, because it really don't mean nothing if you're going to release all of these like, break up all of these like groups in general, not just women tag teams, but you guys see that they're breaking up like groups in general too.
Yeah.
So like they're just I don't know, it's like all over the place. So I say get rid of the titles. That one sucks too because if they were, well, they are, I guess they are planning on keeping the titles. They could have had Kaden and Katana, hold it, a couple more times and try to elevate it somehow, but didn't work. Um
They were already dead to me on their
yeah,
arrival at that point.
exactly. Yeah.
You can
Um
try to elevate. Yeah, that's the word. You can try to elevate them all you want. At the end of the day, if the fans aren't caring, they're not caring.
yeah. And then I'm gonna save my girl for last, but Jakara Jackson. Uh, that one came up as a complete shock because literally a couple days before she got released, they were on NXT with Noam Dar, and
Mhm.
I thought they were gonna do a Metaphor reunion, and they were like, "No, we're gonna go our separate ways." Um, They're like, me and Jakar are gonna break up. I'm like, you and Jakar are gonna break up. I'm like, y'all the meta girls. Y'all should be on the main roster right now.
Yeah.
What are you got? What are we doing? I understand Aura Mensa because, well, oh yeah, I forgot Aura Mensa got released too. Crap. Um,
And he was doing stuff in Evolve. Like
yeah,
he wasn't
exactly. He was
in
doing stuff in
NXT. He was
Evolve.
doing stuff
Yeah,
in Evolve, and he was doing great stuff over
yeah,
there.
he was doing good stuff in Evolve. Gallus was doing stuff in Evolve too. They got
Gallus.
released. That was crazy.
The thing about Gallus is that they were a part of the NXT UK roster until that shut down. They came over to NXT, won NXT Tag Team Championship Gold, and now they're gone.
Yeah, the same
And
with
they were
Oral
in
Mens.
Evolve just like a week or two ago.
Yeah, exactly. The
Like
the same with Oral Mensa because Oral Mensa was in UK too, NXT UK, and
I didn't know that's where he came from. Honestly, okay.
yeah, I found this out when NXT 2.0 popped up, and I was
I
like, who the
thought he
heck
was a
is
2.0 superstar. I did.
this? Yeah, apparently he came from UK, so I'm like, okay, cool. Um,
Javi was
uh,
released too. Um,
That's my guy too. I liked him. That guy was cool.
oh
I'm
yeah, Javi, yeah, big body Javi, man.
I'm not like. Here's the thing with me and Javi. Okay, they literally just had Javi on this past episode of Evolve, right? So I saw Javi on Evolve last night. Wednesday's last night, Phil. Um, I saw him last night, and I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like he's in an interview right now. Javi has like this new change of character, and now all of a sudden he's gone. So like
Oh
this
yeah,
new change of character for him. I see him on TV right now, but he's not in the company.
because they pre-recorded the
They
episode.
are they do
Yep,
pre-recordings for Evolve, so
man,
it's like,
that
what the hell are
sucks.
you doing?
That sucks.
So I'm
Yeah,
like, it's interesting. The thing is, to me, I never really got behind Javi. So what I'm just hoping that he does now, moving forward, if he still wants to continue doing this, go out there and make yourself better, go on the indies, improve and everything like that, and show them why they were wrong.
yeah.
That's
I
what I want
only
for everybody here.
Yeah,
But
like
we'll
I
see.
only knew Big Body Javi because he was Tatum Paxley's boyfriend. So that
That's
was like
that's
the
that's
yeah that was like the
that's
whole. And then I'm like, oh, that's Tatum Paxley's boyfriend. So then I started like getting behind him and stuff, like when he did have matches on NXT, but didn't really work out. Um, Another one that caught me by surprise was Riley Osborne because Riley Osborne is nice.
yeah.
And like I understand like the whole thing with Chase U. I still don't know how they got Chase U to come back, but you know, it's,
They just said, here you go.
yep,
Here's a
yep,
box of your
here
old
you go.
Twitters. Boom.
And then Chase,
You're
we're
back.
back.
Comes up,
I'm
we're
like,
back. No,
yeah,
we're not.
but
We're not back.
I
We're so not back.
I what I want for Riley is the exact same thing as I want for well, everybody else in this group really. Just go on the indies and kill it. Because he's a very young guy. He can fit honestly anywhere. I would absolutely love to see him in TNA. I think he would fit that mold perfectly. Um but Riley's young. So it's
right,
like, yeah, I mean, he's got all the potential in the world. He just has to find himself. Because
right.
at the end of the day, to me, he really didn't have much of a character.
Yeah,
He was just floating around.
yeah, he didn't have like you said, Phil. He didn't have much of a character, but his in ring work was fantastic.
For sure. I'll
Um,
agree there. Yeah.
uh, who am I?
Cora.
Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe was
Eddie
in
freaking
Eddie
Thorpe,
Thorpe was
bro.
in there.
Eddie Thorpe.
So as much
I really never
as
cared
much
about Eddie Thorpe. I'm
as
sorry.
much so as much as I always said, get freaking Eddie Thorpe off my freaking TV screen. Because I said that a lot for the last few months because he's fighting Trick. But I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of getting behind Eddie Thorpe towards the end. Not a whole lot, but just seeing him on TV and him getting beat up by Oba and Trick was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But he did do some good work. He got that stupid crazy elbow. I hope he doesn't. I hope he never hits that elbow again. That
Program a
elbow was
trick.
crazy, bro. That you know what I'm talking about, Loft.
He had that shit. That
elbow
was a cool
was,
move. I didn't like him very
yeah,
much, but he had you know what I'm saying?
elbow was trash.
He had a little something. He was cooking a little bit.
But yeah, he was alright.
You know where I
His
think
defense
Eddie's
was
gonna
great.
go, if anything, once this is all said and done? He'll go back to New Japan, if anything, because that's where I knew him first.
This buddy. No, I'm messing.
I never knew he was in New Japan.
Neither did I.
He
That's
was
crazy.
They say, get
he was in
off.
he was in New Japan first, and then all of a sudden, when his contract was out of New Japan or whatever, he came to the States, and that's why WWE got him.
Damn.
They found him from New Japan,
That's tough.
and then they brought him over. Go back there, if anything. Go on your excursion again, because you were doing some good stuff over there.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you gave him this gimmick of him being
He
a
was young
disco
lion. What the fuck?
guy or a DJ, and I just
Yeah,
never
DJ.
cared for him.
He was a
I
young
never did.
lion. That's like a big deal over
He
there.
was-
That's fucking
He
crazy.
was a native DJ. That's what he was.
That messed him up. They gave him a bad
It was,
gimmick.
it was.
That too. That too.
I'm all
That's a
for,
bad
I'm all
gimmick.
for representing your character, your heritage, and your culture and everything like that. I'm all for that. Go ahead. But your DJ stuff, I was never behind that.
All right, two more people and then I'm done. Cora Jade,
You only had Cora Jade left, yeah.
and then I got Gigi too.
Oh yeah.
But
I thought Gigi earlier.
no. I told
You
y'all I
saved
was
her
gonna
last.
save it for
For
last.
sure.
Yeah, I told y'all I was gonna save it for last. Cora Jade. That one was kind of messed up too. Especially, I don't know if it's true, but like hearing the stories about WWE officials body shaming her while she was there. I think that's
wouldn't be
kind of
surprised.
yeah. I think that's kind of messed up. Because you just had her come off a. She was working both shows. She was working TNA and NXT. So like she was constantly doing stuff, and then all of a sudden you guys just release her out the blue for no reason at all. I don't understand it. Yeah.
I also
really
heard
don't
about, I
understand
also heard about injuries being a factor with her too.
it. Yeah.
She never really got a fair shake in terms of the injury side of things.
Yeah.
You know,
because
every single time she came back is another thing again.
Yeah. So
It sucks.
I don't know. Like Like she was all right during like NXT 2.0 before she had the first injury. And
Skateboard,
then like
skateboard thing.
yeah, the skateboard thing.
I
And
like
then
that. That
once
was
she
cool.
came back and like when she came back and like reinvented herself, I like that version of her better than the skateboard one. Um,
The
I
darker side,
def
more her.
yeah, I wish that she would have got like more opportunities at like title matches and things of that nature. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. Like they were trying to put her in like a program with her and Roxanne, but like it really didn't work because Roxanne was at, the top level, and then Cora Jade is like, in the mid level somewhere. They were trying to mix it up, and it didn't really work. I
Hey,
just wish that she would have got more opportunities. So
they had Cora team up with Roxanne again on the freaking pre-show of Stand and Deliver, just so that she can turn on Roxanne again.
yeah,
And now we're
didn't.
gone.
Yep, it didn't make sense.
Why?
It didn't. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense at all. And
I don't really
now,
know, but apparently Zach Gal will be on Dynamite next week.
You
said
saw
who?
that shit?
Zach Gowen, the guy with
Zach
one leg.
Gowen.
He's fighting
Oh.
The
Ricochet.
guy.
He's fighting Ricochet on AEW.
oh,
That
Yeah.
That Zach
Yeah.
Gowen.
Somehow,
Yes.
some way, he's fighting at Spring Breaking or Spring, whatever the fuck they're calling that shit.
right,
Beach
break.
break? Yeah, beach break.
Well, good for him. I haven't seen him ever since that whole situation. I'll just say it that way. I don't want to speak of his name.
That's tough.
Interesting.
That's tough.
Shout out Zach Gowen. Okay.
Zach Gowen.
Fuck they got going on over
And
there,
then,
bro.
Oh, he's
And then
he
Gigi.
stole his one. Oh, he was on Collision, and Ricochet stole his prosthetic leg.
oh,
Of course. See, this is what fucking pisses me off. God damn it, Ricochet.
bro, Ricochet wants to be Montez Ford so bad. No, I'm just playing.
They're giving Ricochet something to
you
do. I can't
see
hate on that. They're giving
freaking
something to do.
beef
I can't hate
today?
on that.
Did you see the freaking beef today?
Yeah, I saw
Beef
it. I saw
between
it.
him and Javon was
That wasn't
crazy.
beef. That was a beat down. That wasn't no beef. That was Javon telling him something.
Yeah,
That was
Javon was talking that stuff.
Well,
Ricochet to sit there and
Ricochet
listen.
also
You
needs
call
to
Tony
shut up.
Khan a crackhead, bro.
Ricochet didn't say
Ricochet also
nothing.
needs
I
to shut up.
mean, Tony Khan kind of is.
I mean, he's not wrong. But
That was
saying
that
it
was
publicly
that was
is
Javon
great.
telling him something. Ricochet didn't say nothing that stuck. That was him letting him know.
Well, Ricochet
Multiple
also
things.
needs to shut up every once in a while too. So
You
I
ain't
mean,
lying. You ain't lying.
Oh man! All right, and then
Gigi.
we got the best for last, man.
I can't do it as you.
I gotta do it for the one
Another
time.
females
One
too,
time,
man. Like,
His name Mike. Nah.
Now,
The
Phil, now,
Your
Phil,
mic
can you,
shields.
can you envision me saying Priscilla the same way as I say
Alexa?
Gigi, bro?
Do it right now.
No,
Right now.
Yeah, it won't hit. Do it right
No.
now.
Right now.
oh,
Yeah, see how it sounds.
Mark,
I mean,
You sound like you're in a soap
opera.
You sound like you're in a soap opera. Hell nah.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm dying. All right, so yeah. So anyway, Gigi Dolan, man. This one I was very confused by because literally 2 weeks before they got released, they literally just fought Raquel and Liv for the tag team titles. So I'm confused. I'm like, okay, what's going? Why did you just do that? You got rid of Gigi, and then Shotzi contract expired, so now you got Tatum by herself. What are you gonna do with Tatum?
Right.
What was the reason? Cardi B. What was the reason?
That's
So
the
like,
reason.
so like, and if I'm thinking right, Gigi
what?
was, I think Gigi was like one of the most
of course.
decorated
See,
like women tag team wrestlers in NXT, if I remember right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you if you
Because
really think about it, she was a
yeah, if
part
you
of
think about it,
Toxic.
yeah, because of
She
Toxic
was a part of
Attraction.
Toxic.
Probably, yeah.
She did stuff. I mean, she did stuff with JC even after the fact. With Mandy.
Yeah.
Um,
So like
and yeah, she was in Chemical X. So I mean, yeah,
yeah. And
she was
then like
she was a tag team girl through and through at NXT.
and like they didn't really give her a chance either as far as like single stuff because right after they broke her up
Personal. It was personal.
with I don't know what it was,
Personal.
but like like right after they broke her up with JC, they had her go on a Kurt Hawkins losing streak like every single week. And I'm like, and I'm confused. I'm like, Gigi is one of those like underrated like women's wrestlers that don't get talked about because she's constantly losing. I'm like, they need to get her some dubs. I would say that every single time. I'm like, bro, get her some dubs, get her some dubs. Then they put her in the tag team with Tatum. I didn't think that was gonna work, but then they started working together. They started gelling together. They started getting matches. They started
worked really well.
Yeah, they started getting dubs. They started working both shows. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we got something here. Then they added Shotzi to the mix. I don't know why they added Shotzi to the mix, but they added Shotzi to the mix.
She honestly, she to me completed them.
Yeah, they were the
Like
freaking.
they're a complete unit now. When
Yeah, they were
Shotzi
the
came into the
freaking,
fold, and now they're gone.
Yeah, they were the freaking Powerpuff Girls of NXT. That's what they were. So
Fair
like,
They were also doing some freaky positions, and Corey wanted to try him. I don't know if you heard that line on commentary.
well, I didn't hear none of that, but
Where'd
Corey,
that
I
come from?
agree.
Yeah, I'll send you a clip. Crazy.
Corey, I agree with you, sir, especially for Gigi, but that's not the time or
It's not
not the time
What
or
y'all
place.
got going on?
Um,
He said.
What y'all got going on, man?
but yeah, man, like that messed me up because, like I said, on a personal level, not only did you get rid of like a underrated women's wrestler on NXT, you got rid of a part of Nate. That's what you got rid of. Like you got rid of my whole calling.
It's like,
the whole,
like
like,
WWE.
don't work.
It's like WWE came to your house, ripped up a piece of your heart, stomped on it, and threw it to the ground, stomped on it, and said, "Yeah, fuck
you, man. Fuck
yeah,
you.
that's
Nah,
exactly what they
come
said.
on, man. That was personal. That was
that's exactly
personal
what
to
they
you,
said.
Nate, and I would not be standing for that shit.
And as soon as TJ sent the news to the group chat, bro, I literally like dropped my phone and just
He said, "Oh God."
yeah, I did exactly like this, bro. I like Law was like, Nate is somewhere crying. I did exactly like this. I saw it and I put my phone down like this and I was just like
Pain.
Yeah.
and I sat there for like a good like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm like, what the heck, bro? Ain't no way.
You're like praying. It was like, is this Russell Vos or Russell Hoop or something like that? Like just please be a parody account or something. And it wasn't.
Because I saw Shayna Baszler and I was like, okay, I'm upset, but I'm not as upset. Then I saw Gigi. I'm like, all right, that just took the whole cake. Then I saw Jakara. I'm like, what are we doing?
What are we
I'm
doing?
like, what is going on? I'm like, what is happening?
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
You know what's crazy?
I don't know.
You know they're doing that Unreal show.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Triple H making bad booking decisions. I don't want to see Triple H working on Pence's entrance. I don't want to see Triple H telling me what WrestleMania 43's card's going to be. I want Triple H to show me how these releases go. How do you assess who do you release, when you release them, and how do you do it? That's what I want to see.
You know damn well they can do that.
Yeah, they're not. Of course they're not. But you want to.
They're talking about the construction of the WrestleMania 41.
Yeah, you want to pull the curtain back. You want to. Oh, wrestling is fake. Did you guys know it's fake? It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Okay, cool. It's a real business. Fine, we know that. But okay, keep telling us that. I want to see what's really happening back there. What are these meetings looking like? How can you readily look at people like Kaden and Katana and Dakota Kai and Cora Jade and Shannon Baszler and say, yeah, no. I want to see that process. Take me in the meeting. I want to see the conversation. What the conversation being had? But they're not going to do that because that Netflix show is going to be a dramatized. Oh, Triple H is. Oh, this is so hard for Triple H. Oh, I've never had a battle like this except that one Hell in a Cell match. Oh, the wrestling. Oh, Twitter. Oh, I'm having such a hard. It's like he's been doing this press run just to do this sympathy ass Unreal show, and I want to see if you're gonna do it. Show me what's really happening. Don't take me through the guilt trip. Oh, this is so hard to book. No. We never used to see that back in the day. But we see Triple H so much. He's the first voice that we hear every night. I had to like sit there and think about that. He's the first voice that we see or that we hear every night when we watch SmackDown, Raw, NXT, or pay-per-view. And he's the last name that we see when the show goes off. When did y'all ever see credits happen on this damn show? They'll do the little logo at the bottom. They ain't never put credits like we watching Avengers. Lee Fitting and Paul Levesque. It just, you're doing this stuff. So like now we know who to target when we're talking about these people getting released. Now we know who to talk about when these superstars are getting put in bad creative. You're not helping the situation. The first face that we saw when Raw went to Netflix was who? What are we doing? So like when all these assessments happen, we can't be like, oh, no, he's the first person we see when we open our eyes, and he's the last person we see when we close them. The show opens and closes with the same guy, and in the middle it's you know, and like I said, the way we're at right now, fucking leg, the way we're at now, I don't think we'll ever get as bad as like 2019. You feel me? I do think the company is in a better spot than it was during the last few years of Vince being there, but you're just comparing bad to like not as bad, you know. Of course, the company's making a whole bunch of money. The company is bringing in all the celebrities and the endorsements and the commercials and the everything, the whole commercialism of this company now. But you cannot come on every post-show conference and say, we are making so much money, nigga. What the fuck? Like, you guys, we're making all of the money. We're gonna do a roast. But we're not gonna televise it. We're gonna do a WrestleMania after show. We're taking all of your money. Thank you. And then turn around and then do budget cuts. That doesn't make any sense. What budget are you cutting? You're not cutting from anything. You're just cutting people. Yeah, Aiden, freaking. Hey, I'm so happy WrestleMania is over, so I don't have to hear that commercial anymore. If you didn't know, Triple H, the WWE's on fire. I don't want to hear that.
The reason why I love that WrestleMania is no longer a thing because of Fiend. If I never hear that,
I like that song
again, it's too soon.
I do like that song, but
if I never hear that song again, it'll be too soon. That song is probably one of the worst songs in my entire existence.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's a good song. They just overplayed it. It's a great song.
Okay,
you heard it too much.
It's just that part then. The song is fine. Travis Scott is fine. I just hate the word fucking Fiend now because of that.
They could. The song is hard, but it's just when you play a song,
the song is great.
Repeatedly.
The song is great. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the song. I'm saying there's something wrong with the word Fiend. I do not want to hear that word ever again. I do not want to hear that song ever again in terms of a WrestleMania entrance. I don't even want to see Travis Scott anymore anywhere.
I ain't gonna lie. I was rocking more with Fiend until I heard Timeless for the first time, and I was like, okay, this song is fire.
Timeless is the WrestleMania theme
song. Can we get to the bottom of something real quick? How in the world did they say Fiend was the WrestleMania theme song, and then a few weeks later they said Timeless?
They have multiple theme songs.
They waited like a couple months before that too. It was like, hey,
Yeah.
man, you want a theme song too? All right, let's throw
There
it
were
on
2
there.
theme songs and we heard Fiend more. I was like, what are we doing?
They always have multiple theme songs for WrestleMania. Always.
They got to stop doing that because first of all, I'm confused.
They've especially done multiple because of the 2-night formula now. But yeah, I mean they've always done multiple for WrestleManias.
If I was a kid,
That makes like little to no sense. And then like
can't stand Fiend anymore. I just can't.
I understand
So
it,
that's
it's
just me.
definitely I haven't listened to it since Mania Night. I think if I were to turn on right now, I would listen to it still.
5 seconds. I mean, how can you not? So I mean, it's like
It's a you know I'm happy it's not like sold out by Hardy. Anybody trying to hear that? Anybody trying to hear Hardy?
Look,
or
Hardy,
Jelly Roll.
we hey.
You're not alive.
Freaking Jelly Roll.
Oh, that's your man. My fault. I didn't know that was your man.
You fucking respect Jelly Roll, okay?
Anybody trying to hear Jelly
The
Roll?
only
I'm
Hardy I
sorry.
fuck with is Jeff Hardy.
I don't give a single shit.
I'm not
When
trying
I
to hear Jelly
heard
Roll.
him live at SummerSlam, that was the fucking.
Oh, you were hype? You were hype when Jelly Roll came
The
out?
only Hardy I
He was jumping
the
up.
only Hardy that I like.
And here's the
is
thing.
Jeff.
Here's the thing. Jelly Roll
The
is
only
my
Hardy I like.
Jelly Roll's my dad's favorite guy right now too.
Oh,
So
that's your
when
man.
I didn't even tell him,
Damn.
Oh God.
That's your
Oh
man.
God.
I didn't even tell him about Jelly Roll in August when he went with me to SummerSlam, and he's like, "What the hell are they setting up here for, Phil?" I'm like, "I have no idea. I just got here. I just got to the building. I went and got chicken tenders. They were very good.
You got the tendies.
They were very good.
Yeah.
But in terms of like what they were setting up for the whole like song and everything to kick off the show, he's like, "Wait a minute, Jelly Roll's here?" I'm like, "Yeah." Jelly Roll's here. He was vibing around. I've never seen my dad that happy. Never.
Damn.
Like, I'm
I
watching
guess Jelly's
wrestling.
killing it. My fault. I didn't know.
Jelly
I didn't know Jelly had that shit.
But
Mm.
so Jelly Roll's this guy. But
I'm not gonna listen to it,
Look,
but
look,
hey,
I mean-
it's somebody, you know. Jelly
but yeah,
Roll.
if I just never hear the word Fiend again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, especially
Especially
in Mania 41,
Especially-
how like that was one of the last songs that we heard. Like, this man takes 20 minutes to walk out to make sure that Cody Rhodes loses the world championship. So John Cena can win.
I get if we see that man on Saturday, I'm turning it off.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go.
Well, I'm gonna see
You
his
know.
show.
Have it
It's
on
Cena.
Saturday, I'm turning it off. I don't care.
Get ready to learn the lyrics to Fiend, buddy.
They say he's training with Booker T.
Lyrics to Fiend,
I already
buddy.
know him, Tay. Here's the thing, Tay. I already know him. Fiend.
Yeah.
Fiend.
Yeah.
Fiend.
Yeah.
That's it.
You
That's
singing
all
it
I
like,
need.
yeah.
That's the only word I need to know. That is the only word I need to know because that's the only thing they play from the song. That's it.
I'm putting the instrumental over Phil saying that.
I was about to say somebody clip that, please.
I'm putting the
That's
instrumental over
it.
Phil saying that.
That's literally the only word that they know about that song. That's it. So I already know the lyrics.
Yeah,
You gotta loop it. You gotta loop it off. You gotta loop it.
you know, I'm
Nah,
gonna send that
yeah,
over.
for real.
I probably can't do it. I'm gonna send that.
Clip that.
I'm
Clip it.
gonna send it to
Clip
somebody.
it, please, and then we'll use that as like a whole like. We'll put it as like our soundboard because it's like
That's a
Yes.
nasty soundboard. That's a nasty sound. I don't want to.
especially the way I said that too.
Oh,
Look, these releases suck at the end of the day. We all know this, but in terms of all these people's names, Matt Cardona said it best on Twitter. Literally, the moment it happened. You have 3 options here. 1, fade to obscurity. Most people have before. They have. 2, live off your WWE name. Or 3, get your ass off that chair, work hard, have fun, make money, and prove them wrong.
That's what I was about to speak upon. That because they got released, that doesn't mean. I mean, it is bad at first, but then for the wrestlers, because we don't know them personally, it's a positive note saying, okay, we could take our talent somewhere else and prove more what we've done in WWE and prove more we could do for a different company. And I always say it all the time. Like, just because they get released, that doesn't mean that they're not going to find somewhere else to work at. So, like, there's another thing. One more thing I got pointed out a little bit. Excuse me about this. To anyone that are literally saying, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone when you might get released. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck? You
Yeah.
look stupid.
I agree. Also, I know I like for example, I make jokes. Like, I don't actually want to see Nikita Lyons get fired. Okay, now if she did get fired, it wouldn't hurt me.
I mean, I
Well,
like her.
It's
I mean,
funny
I
how
like her,
she's
but
the only
I'm
one.
not into it.
That makes me laugh because then you catch, you know, it's funny that's the like only one, but like it's a funny narrative, you know, and it's
I don't think she's the only one. She's just the main one.
No, I have my.
I saw a few pick up the phone messages on the social medias, and I was like, all right, y'all just
Yeah,
talk.
I saw
I
a
saw
few
a
too.
ton
Yeah.
more names.
One thing I will say, though,
Like some of y'all are just saying
I saw a
words.
ton more names than
I don't know
Nikita
if he's gonna watch.
on my timeline.
Say this. I don't know if he's gonna watch. Karrion Kross, you really just saved yourself that night.
Oh, he did. He did.
You just saved yourself, and you are about to. And also, shout-outs to you. And good, honestly.
Karen just released a really cool documentary too.
All of these names can be something somewhere else. They can. Shayna Baszler.
BPW about to go crazy about it.
Shayna Baszler. GCW fits her to a freaking T. Bloodsport to a freaking T. Dakota Kai. Anywhere. Anywhere would be lucky to have her services.
Please don't go to AEW. Please don't go to AEW.
Don't do
Braun
it.
Strowman.
Don't do it.
I don't know. I think she
Braun
might.
Strowman.
TNA, yeah.
Here's the thing with me and Braun Strowman, okay? I've never been the biggest fan of Braun, right? But in this run, he was fantastic. He did everything right. He put over the guys that he needed to put over, and he was doing some really good stuff before they released him. Now, I mean, he said it himself in many different interviews and everything like that. His knees are not good.
Shot.
I had surgery 5 times in my left knee.
It's not that bad to
It's
where
not
where
that.
his-
Oh, okay.
but his knees are bad. His knees are bad. I would not be shocked if this was it for Braun. I wouldn't be. Do I want that for him? Do I want that to happen for him? No, of course not. I want him to do anything that he could possibly do. But I wouldn't be shocked.
But, let me ask this one for you guys. What do y'all think when they say, "Oh, they're releasing these ones because they're bringing in new people in. They're gonna sign in new people in," which is not true.
That is true.
I think it is true. I think it's a little bit true.
The influx of talent that are coming into this company nowadays, you bring in back Malachi Black, you're bringing Penta, you're bringing Ray Phoenix, you're gonna bring in Jeff Cobb. You have so many of these people coming into the company, coming back to the company. Rusev, I forgot to mention. You can't have everybody, so that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. I hate that this is happening. But this is business. It sucks that it's business.
Yep.
But that's just the nature of this beast right now.
Hey,
You can't have WWE can't have everybody. AEW can't have everybody. TNA can't have everybody. But we gotta put these guys somewhere.
shit, even so.
And I'd rather be, you know, I have no idea how to say this, but like, I'd rather be on my own, free, allow myself to actually work, like, have the freedom to do something that I want to personally do, rather than just sitting on the sidelines and doing nothing.
You just described Matt Cardona. I was gonna say, you just described Matt Cardona.
He's been the perfect example of somebody that got released, did everything the right way, and now look at where he is. He is the king of the indie scene. Everybody in this list here can be something. They can. It's just up to them if they want it. nothing is more gratifying than seeing your own sense of freedom being allowed to be spread forth. You have a blank canvas now. Paint. Go do.
I think some of the people are gonna
Prove
do a
it
Drew
wrong.
McIntyre route. I think some people are gonna get their name and then come back when they're like, you know, completely
Prove it wrong.
redeveloped. You know.
Yeah.
Cora Jade is the one I think.
Hey,
that
look at
will-
Mercedes. She's been Mercedes. Like
Cora
she's
Jade
been
and Dakota, I believe, will be back.
She can do something with that. Like,
Cora Jade
Shayna
and Dakota, I
Baszler.
think in the future they will return.
Yeah, some of the younger people, I think, like I could definitely imagine like Riley Osborne just like get super big and get some tattoos and come back with a completely new 2K face scan. Who's
Yes.
that? I'm Riley Osborne. You know, and then he'll just flip it all over. You know what I'm saying? That's what Drew did.
One thing that I hope for is that the tag team that got released out of this, loft, everybody here, Kaden and Katana, if you have the chance to do so, stay together.
Stardom. Stardom.
Yeah.
Stardom.
Or TNA too.
Find a tag team division that will like actually give you a belt, and then like.
Well, I'm just saying for the sake of the tag team thing, like stay together.
Yeah.
Because you two are together.
I don't know.
Because
I
know,
mean, you
because
can do your own thing if you want to. I mean, obviously, I don't know them, right? But like,
because I was gonna say like people don't remember their like singles runs in NXT when freaking Kaden Carter was Lacey Lane, and freaking Katana was Cassie Canizaro. So
and she's back as Casey now.
She's back. Oh yeah, let's go.
She's good.
She revealed it today on X, and guess who's back? And it's Casey Canizaro now. So.
And they're both so good in their own right, and like that's why the tag team works so well together. I don't know how you have a gold mine of a tag team like that on your roster. You're like, let them go. Really,
like here's the thing. I would have loved to just see them continue as a tag team together. Casey and I was gonna say Casey and Katana. That's the same person now, so I gotta stop myself now.
Phil, I kid you not. I literally just saw that tweet. Just started out. Guess who's back? I literally just saw that shit.
So there you go. I'd love to see them together, but if they want to go separate ways, they can.
Yeah. I was saying with the Shotzi thing, when they said her contract they weren't going to renew their contract, I was like, that doesn't mean she was. They said they're just going to let it expire. That means she wasn't released. They just didn't want her anymore.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
there's a difference between getting released and just not wanting to renew your contract. I just didn't want.
Yes, 100%. So technically speaking, she could show up anywhere now.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the clause because they let her run out.
Well, no, she still has some time on the contract. I think she has like 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Okay, well after that, then she'll be fine. She'll be free to do whatever.
That's usually why they let contracts run out, since apparently they're on a 30-day clause instead of 90. If your contract is within that 90 days, they're not going to release you. They're just going to say, we're not renewing the contract. Because I think from a business standpoint, it does the same thing, but it makes them look less morally bad.
Yeah.
By saying, we just didn't renew their contract. We didn't release them. We just didn't renew.
Yeah.
You did the same fucking thing.
It's basically the same thing, but semantics. It's all about semantics in the business world. But yeah, I mean, look, I said it earlier, all of these people can be something. It's just up to them if they want it. And have the blank canvas now, they can do what they want with it.
Yeah.
TNA just uploaded the match between Dolph Ziggler and Jeff Hardy from WWE on their channel, on their Twitter.
What?
That's crazy.
Yes. Because they're having a match next week.
Look.
Ryan Nemeth are having a match with Jeff Hardy, and they said it's the first time in 16 years that Ryan Nemeth and Jeff Hardy have faced off, and it's a match from SmackDown.
Oh, that's a classic. Here we go.
2009.
Here we go. That's a 5-star.
16 years. Sheesh.
Well, excuse me, it's Raw, not SmackDown.
Mate. Yeah, we're getting old too.
It's Raw, not SmackDown.
Has it really been that long? Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. TNA is always on that shit when it comes down to tweets.
Their social media team is the best in wrestling today. I don't know how.
I always when a wrestler that wrestled for them when they're going clip out now, get it now.
They are like locked in with every show. I don't know how they do it.
Like when Samoa Joe won his world championship, they said pull up the clip right now.
Every Samoa Joe,
right
so every Joe match ever.
Also, Sky Blue will be back
when
next
Samoa
week.
Joe immediately won the AEW World Title that day, TNA, right then and there.
Also, Sky Blue is returning next week.
Oh, cool.
There you go. I love me some Sky, so she's great.
That's real.
I didn't know she left AEW. No, she left AEW.
Well, she got hurt.
No, she got hurt.
She was injured. She was injured.
Man, she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I think it was an ankle that she injured or something. Something in the leg, I think. But yeah, so unless you guys have anything else to say about this,
Honestly, it's just everybody that got released, go prove them wrong. Go out there and thrive. Go do what we know you can do. So I know for a fact people like Dakota Kai, Ed Nakatana, and I know they can thrive. Riley Osborne also. I think he would thrive in a company like TNA. He would thrive. And anybody else too. Like they'll really do good. And honestly, and I know we say it as like trolling, but stop telling me. Stop wishing for somebody else to get fired. Please. I know. Trust me. I know you may not like this person. Oh, well, this person may get fired. Why this person get fired? Nobody should be getting fired, okay? Listen, I don't fuck with Nikita Lyons either, but I ain't gonna sit and say, oh, I hope she gets fired. No. Come on.
You'll never see me fantasy book somebody getting released from any company.
Ever.
These are real people at the end of the day, guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
fuck?
Unless they're a piece of shit human being, then that's a different story.
whoever actually wants to see somebody get released, no.
Unless they're a piece of shit human being, then you can kick them out. I don't care.
Yeah, if there's like a legit,
The person
like,
I wanted to see, they
if
did
there's
get the
a
call.
legit cancelable reason for these people to not like, for us to not like these people, yeah, sure. I mean, that's one thing.
They're human though.
Hey, I had one. And we just happened to not talk about her tonight, which is so fucking funny to me.
Ooh.
Don't. Why was you?
Danny Palmer. You don't remember she was spreading that misinformation and hate and shit?
Oh yeah.
She
Wait, what?
She retired.
I'm confused about that.
Retired.
Danny Palmer?
Danny Palmer. You don't remember when all them niggas was dying in North Kakalaki from the hurricane? She was like, it's funny the hurricane's only hitting the red states. You ever think about that? It's like, bitch,
Yeah,
people are dying and you're trying to spread misinformation about liberals are creating
know about that.
hurricanes. Bitch,
I didn't know
get
about
on
that.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Get on
I
somewhere.
did-
Yeah, she can kick.
I ain't know.
TJ.
I ain't know about that either.
Yeah,
She
Yeah,
can
she can
kick
kick
rocks.
rock.
Yeah.
Here's the
She can
thing.
kick rocks.
I didn't talk.
I was
about
mad
her
because I was a fan of her before that shit too, and I said no. No.
Danny Palmer.
How
Yeah,
could
Danny
you?
Palmer was all right.
Here's the thing. I didn't.
She was
I didn't
good in
talk
the ring,
about-
and I was like,
talk about
why?
her- I didn't talk
Yeah.
about her this entire podcast mainly because of the fact that I just never wanted to bring her up because of stuff like
I
that.
forgot. Realistically,
So like I
forgot.
mean, to me, she was just absolutely irrelevant in the whole list at that point.
Didn't she at like in NXT
Just
season one?
like
No,
Billy
didn't she
Kid did
get
at the end.
didn't she get jumped by like Nikita backstage or
Yeah.
something like
Probably.
that? If I remember right.
They were all
Probably.
jumping each other for a
Of course
minute.
The first time I ever saw her was on Evolve. That was the first time I ever saw her, and I did not care. I did not care. She was not one of them ones that impressed me on
Yeah.
Evolve.
Don't
You got her
the
dressing
only
like
thing.
Billy Kid, or had her dressing like Billy Kidman on Evolve.
Yeah, I don't know if they still together, but yeah, Danny Palmer and freaking Hank from Hank and Tank.
Can run if you want to.
Yes, I just saw that shit the
Yeah.
other day. I think they are. I saw that shit the other
They're
day.
still together. Oh, okay.
How do y'all be knowing this shit?
How?
They be
I-
posting it.
Because
NXT
Oh.
is viral down there. They be
I
posting
watch
that
in
shit.
I watch NXT with a passion, Loft. You got to get on my level now.
Bro, I've never
I think
realized.
people
Oh, they're
need to
dating. I've
stop
never
trying to get
connected
into the
that.
personal lives of like who's with who. Because like at the end of the day, I don't care.
Everybody in NXT is
I don't
basically
care
with
who's
each
with
other.
who at this
Goddamn, it's
point.
like NXT Love
Yeah.
Island back there. So you don't know.
That's very funny. That's very funny.
Ashanti free.
I mean, am I
Carmen is
wrong?
free
Am I
now.
wrong?
Yo, she kicked the crap out of bro. I
Like,
said, damn.
I
She
can
was Black
honestly,
Mass. Ugh.
That shit was crazy.
I couldn't honestly care less who was with who in like a relationship. As long
Happy
as
they're happy. You know?
I don't either, but it's just funny how everybody in NXT just dating each other. It's crazy.
well, I mean,
The
you're
hell?
with each other
NXT?
24/7. I mean,
NXT?
your home base is Orlando. I mean, everybody's gonna talk.
Training. You're training with them. You're doing TV with them. You're like, what do you
You
what else do
if
you
you
want?
basically
Like,
live at the PC because of Orlando, I mean, and you're gonna talk to people.
Oh yeah, before we leave Loft, I got a bone to pick with you, sir.
Oh no.
I got a bone to pick with
oh
you.
shit.
It's not even your fault, but I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh boy.
All right.
When he-
So Tuesday night, I had to work late. I didn't get home until like 10 o'clock at night. No cap. I rewatched NXT. I listened to NXT in the
Yeah.
background the next day at work. Why didn't you tell me that OTM was back?
Damn.
No, man. No, man.
I didn't.
No, man.
I didn't.
Nah.
He's like, I ain't
You should've
here.
told him,
Nah,
Nah, you
nah,
should've
bro. Nah, bro. You
I
should
didn't-
have
That was-
immediately.
that was-
you should-
Oh yeah,
should-
man.
even if you would have texted me at like midnight or something, you know what I'm saying? I would have woke up like, what, OTM back?
That's on me. That's on me. My
Right.
L
bad.
friend.
That's on me.
Friend.
Yeah.
No friend love.
That's on me.
God
My fault.
damn it. Well,
Corbin said I popped. Exactly, Corbin. Bro, I was listening to NXT and then I'm like, oh, this dude sound like Bronco. And then I looked at my screen, I'm like, snap, it's OTM. I said, we back up. I said, we about to take them titles, bro.
Gang
I said, we
activity.
about to take them titles.
I like that.
Yeah, we about to take them titles. I'm like, we should have beat Fraxium the first time, but they was
I
like,
don't agree
nah.
with that, but okay.
I think so, bro. They should have beat.
Yeah,
Fraxium the
yeah.
first time.
I freaking love the
Yeah.
Hidden Tank guys. But
I ain't gonna lie. They
Freaking
should not have been
Backlash.
first. They weren't established enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, they OTM should have beat Fraxium, but
No,
then
I think
freaking
Deontay, shut up.
freaking Lucian
Deontay,
got
shut
hurt.
up. How about that? Shut up.
I'm
you
right,
don't
though.
understand.
I'm right.
You're
Look,
not
look,
right. You're not right at all.
We'll get them some. We'll get them some tag team gold, but it's just not right now. It's okay.
They gonna get some gold eventually when they get better.
Nah, don't say that eventually words to me. Niggas get released every day. And no eventually. Right now. Fuck you talking about. I don't want to hear that eventually shit no more. I want what I want
We'll
now.
get them tag team eventually.
We don't have
It's
time.
Well,
okay.
niggas announced
Yeah.
GTA 6 is coming out in May. Them niggas is not getting released when their whole entrance theme is GTA based. Them niggas is not getting released.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're basically out of the GTA world. Like it's
Pretty much, their whole entrance drawing thing is like something from GTA.
Hey,
Well, the GTA 5.
they
it's like
better not
GTA fun.
they-
It's literally the fun.
they better not change their entrance because they changed Jada Parker's entrance. They better not change their.
Hey, I like your
Rockstar
theme.
gonna
Chill,
whoop
chill,
their
chill.
ass.
I love your theme.
Rockstar not playing
Miss
around.
Parker, Miss Parker.
Oh, you love Urban
Hey.
3? You love Urban Record 3? Is that what you love?
Dum, 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 dum,
They get them
dum.
Death Rebels out of here.
Okay.
That
We
Rebel
are.
literally said, "Let's just pick the most. What's the most cliche black song we could get?
Trap Song 4.
Gotta have
Let's
a
put this
808 in there.
Yo, we gotta have a
Trap
lot of
song
things.
for
Death Probably her. He said they're like, we ain't definitely her. We gotta give her the best record.
One day we're gonna talk about how some of the NXT theme songs are very generic, but the crowd makes them better. We're gonna-
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of them are
That
really
is completely
generic,
true.
but the crowd
That is completely
participation
true.
Rick
makes
Williams,
them.
please step forward. Please step forward, Rick Williams.
I'm about to say, did you see how big they made Trick Williams entrance?
The crazy part is his
No,
theme song is actually
no.
kind of fire though. His theme song is actually fire.
His theme
Are they
song
doing
is
it to
fire, but the crowd
doing it
made
to
it
Oba?
way better.
GTA
Oh,
6
yeah,
drops
Oba?
Tuesday.
Doing it to Oba now?
Well, no,
Oba-
Oba's is
Oba-
fire without
Oba's is
them.
cool. Oba's is cool.
Oba's
Oba's is
fire, yeah,
cool.
Oba's
Oba's is
fire.
team is really
Yeah.
good, regardless
Dun.
of fan
His
of
shit's
fan
scary.
interaction.
Ooh. His shit's crazy. Yo, when he beats
Oba's
Roman
team is
Reigns at
great even
WrestleMania,
without-
when he main events WrestleMania 46, it's gonna be crazy.
It's
Gonna be some shit, man.
I mean, it's the future. Hey, Nate, do it for me. Through it.
Yeah, Yeah.
The ruler, the destroyer.
That's a great man right there.
Yeah.
The ruler, the destroyer. The ruler of NXT.
Ethan Page's thing, yeah, Corbin. Ethan Page's is.
Ethan Page.
I'll make it
Page's
funny when I
theme
first
is
heard it.
fantastic.
When we first heard it was funny, but I was like, okay, I'm with it now. It's not bad.
Get him with a
You do the smile. I was about to say, Phil, you still do the smile. You still do the smile.
Trick Williams had two
I'm
bad
ready.
theme songs.
I'm glad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad that he brought that. He brought that entrance back, like the smile entrance, because when he stumped Javon's jawline out, and he was just coming out like not smiling, bro. It broke me. I ain't gonna cap. Because I'm singing the song and I'm like, kill him with a
He's like,
smile.
"Where's
He
your
ain't
smile?"
got no smile. So
He lost. Hey, y'all. He lost his smile, but he wasn't going home.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Ethan's
Oh, yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, since we're talking about NXT too, before we
About it.
hop up out of here, I wonder
got-
what they're gonna do with
We're doing a quick
Okay, we're not
backlash.
out of here
Backlash,
yet.
sir.
We're doing
Oh,
We
a
got a backlash, sir.
All right, my bad. I didn't know. My bad. My
Four
bad. I'm
matches on that
stupid,
card.
stupid. Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
know.
gotta.
Triple H went with his usual. He went 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault.
Yes.
My fault.
I can't say Lakers in 5 because they out.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
I mean, you still can.
That is
They got
hilarious.
eliminated in 5.
That is hilarious. You know
TJ,
what
you think
I'm
it's a
saying?
game
they
or
went
something?
home in
You can
five.
still say it.
TJ, you
that is
think
hilarious.
I'm bitch?
Shout out to Minnesota Timberwolves, man.
Yeah, I gotta say this super quietly because my dad's been pissed off. But Knicks in 5.
Lakers in 5.
Knicks in 5. That's all I'm gonna say. Knicks in 5. It
Really?
might be
You
Knicks
think
in
so?
4. I don't know.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
if the Celtics get eliminated in 4, I'm going to
Knicks
scream.
might
The
sweep.
Knicks
Knicks
is
might
gonna-
sweep.
There's no way
They
they get
stole
swept.
that.
There is no
They
way they
They
get
freaking
swept.
stole that one.
I'm going to scream so loud if Jason Tatum gets swept.
Anyways,
Bro.
Thunder in 5. Thunder in 5, by the way.
Look
They
at this
freaking
guy.
stole
Look
that
at him. Shut up. Look at him. Thunder and
Dude.
My team, the only one that's still in the playoffs, so ain't you?
bro,
Shut the fuck up.
bro.
How about that?
It's not gonna work for you too much longer. Aaron
Because last time
Gordon
I checked, Tate,
is gonna
last
cook you.
time I checked, we're here to talk wrestling, okay? Good old fashioned wrestling. We don't give a fuck about
All
your
that
Thunder,
basketball.
okay? Thunder, the local town
I
blunder,
don't care about your basketball.
NXT in 5, bitch.
But what I was about to say was so since Josh Briggs is by himself again, I wonder what they're gonna do with Josh Briggs now.
I think they're
Evolve.
trying to do
Evolve.
something with him and Johnson again. I think they're gonna try to do it back.
So the only way that I can see that happening is if he joins the Calling, because the Calling is a thing. So
I wouldn't mind that. He's got to have something new at some point. He's a big guy that has a lot of potential. You do something with him.
yeah, because I don't want to see him be next on that list, man. And I don't like Josh Briggs like that,
As soon
but
as
at the
I
same
saw
time,
that
it's
match
like,
just didn't deliver last year, that triple threat with him,
oh yeah, with
I knew that guy
Isaac,
was a
and-
star.
yeah.
I knew that guy was a star. You can have him do something for sure.
Who won that match, by the way? Real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
just who won that match?
That
Right,
triple
it
threat match. Oh,
It was
big
Oba.
Oba,
Yeah, I just
big
wanted to hear.
It was
You
Oba.
know, I love it. You know, I just wanted to hear. You know,
I ain't gonna lie,
Rulon.
like
Rulon
I,
won.
No, it's
It was,
Mary
it was Oba, Briggs, and
Dijak.
Dijak.
Yeah, Dijak.
Match of the year at
Dijak.
NXT. Oba Femi, man. I don't care about nobody else
Bro.
in that match, bro. I don't care about none of them.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, like
so many people were ready to call up by that night. Roxanne, sorry,
Obo.
not sorry.
He finally got called up. Fine, shit.
I don't even really think she technically is though, because they still
She's
call her
a
an
tweener,
NXT
yeah.
prospect.
Yeah, I don't.
yeah.
She's been on Raw for like 2 weeks straight. She's
You know who's
called up.
been?
She's
You know who
called
I
up.
think is ready
They
for
still
call up
call
when
her an
they're
He's
NXT
done?
definitely
When she's
prospect,
done
called
with
up.
and they still did the
He's
same
called
Her
thing.
and Julia called up. Her and Julia.
Stephanie's gonna be called up after she's done with the title run with.
Yes, that's
Oh,
what they
yeah,
did with
we-
Julia.
Yeah.
Julia went in NXT for a year ago, then she got called up.
I'm telling you right now, Jordan Grace, she needs to win that title.
She is.
Tavion
She's
did
a
way
that title
better
so
than
that we can
Briggs,
get
you know what?
these people up there.
Briggs did the- Bro, Tavion
And
Heights is
also,
another dude
okay,
that I want
if
to
we're
see
getting
get pushed. like
Stephanie
crazy.
on the main roster, we need to get Booker T.
Nate,
I like Tavion Heights a lot.
Nate, here's the thing. Miles Bourne
Yeah,
winning that
he's-
freaking that battle royal.
Yeah,
I
love that.
freaking
It's
too.
loved
Randy
it.
Orton field,
Love
not
that
take,
too.
not Miles
Randy
Bond.
Randy
Orton.
Orton's on, sir.
Randy Orton.
I'm
I-
so tired of y'all
I
saying that, bro.
freaking loved
Randy
it.
Orton Jr. take it.
It's
Randy-
so
He's not Randy Orton. He's not Randy. I don't care what he looks
so-
like.
Have you ever seen him?
I ain't
I don't care.
I ain't never
Miles
seen
Bourne
Miles.
was so left field.
And yes, we have.
For real.
Loved it.
We literally have.
We
Tate,
have
what are
seen
you
him in
talking
the
about?
same room.
I ain't never seen Miles Bourne hit a single RKO in his life.
Miles
He's
Bourne
not
is
Randy
He
not
has actually.
close.
He did it a few weeks ago.
He has?
Oh, Dick Riley.
See,
Dick
Yeah,
Riley.
he did it a few weeks ago.
see.
Bro, no,
missed
he's
it. I
not.
missed
He's
it.
not
I
Randy
thought you was
Orton.
It's
gonna-
NXT,
He's
Nate.
not
What
Randy
happened?
Orton.
I just love that they went with somebody completely outside the norm.
But you know what else that proves though? That proves that their men's division is like terrible because
Oh, it's weak. The
It is very
reason
weak.
why that's the reason why we saw people from TNA, Evolve, and LFG, even in that battle royal,
speaking of
Because-
TNA, shout out Elias or Elijah.
because the men's division
That was crazy.
in NXT is the freaking weakest it's ever been. It is.
Yeah. Like
I
and
watch
I'm
NXT because of the women, solely for that reason. That's it. Like, and their storytelling with the women.
yeah.
That's
And I'm kind of like I'm
That's
kind
fine.
of glad that they're pushing away from the triple threat matches with Oba because we know Oba is dominant as crap already.
Bro,
You
it's a
don't need to
triple threat merchant,
like, you
man.
don't need to
For
keep
real,
throwing
though.
them the triple
I
threat matches.
literally feel
Next
like the
year?
only way they're only going to be able to take that title off of Oba is in like some sort of ladder match.
Yeah,
Javon
something
has to
like
get
that.
it. Javon should get
You
it.
can have him win it in a
I
ladder
thought-
match.
I love that.
I ain't gonna lie. I
love
thought
that.
I
don't
thought
want him to
I thought Javon was gonna win that battle royal until I forgot who interfered and messed it up. But yeah, I thought he was gonna win that battle royal.
You know what? When it comes to Oba, next year, I hope the next year he gets called up, and I want to see some gold around that man's waist already when he gets called up.
Dude, I mean, come
Do
on.
we trust
At the
Triple H,
end of the day, we already know how big this guy is in terms of like the presentation of him. If they're presenting him this well in NXT, he's not gonna have a single freaking problem on the main roster. He's
Real
fine.
quick,
Man,
I can't.
Yep.
Nate,
I was
you know about to
just
say. Come on, you know what it is.
Yup,
We like, come on,
yup,
I ain't gotta say
yup.
it. You know what it is.
You know who else we said that about? We
Yep.
said that about Carmelo Hayes.
Look, there it is.
Carmelo.
That's
There
exactly
it
what
is,
we
right
were
there.
about to
There it is,
say.
right
That's
there.
exactly what
Oh,
we were about to
Carmelo's
say.
missing every single
They
week.
Gunther like he isn't a former world champion and the longest reigning
Still,
IC champion.
That's the problem. They presented Carmelo Hayes as like on the same level as Braun. Braun's being built in an amazing way. Now he's in a stable with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, and Melo has an Andre the Giant chain.
Melo's with
Hey,
Miz.
bro,
Melo's with
Andre
Miz,
the
though.
Giant.
Like I said.
Look, he better go on a few with Alistair Black. Those matches are gonna cook. Those matches are gonna fucking cook.
They gonna cook. They gonna cook.
They need to. I think
He'll
they need to show.
He'll lose again to Aleister Black, but it's
Because-
gonna
because
be a
here's
good
my thing
match.
with
That's what I'm saying. I don't. That's why I don't trust the main
That
roster.
match.
Here's the
That
thing.
match
Here's
is-
the thing. We know it's gonna cook, but he should be in meaningful feuds. Like
With
That's,
story,
that's what the point is.
with progression of story, not just matches.
Meaningful feuds. That y'all gonna be
Fuck.
mad that he gonna lose?
No.
No, we're not gonna be mad if he
Hey.
loses if it's a meaningful feud. But him losing to Braun Strowman, knowing it's not going anywhere, is different.
Tay, the problem is if
But
there's
that
a
was-
story, you can excuse a
Everybody
loss.
in this room is gonna be upset that he loses. Yes. Tay.
No, we are not.
Brother, y'all not listening.
Did I not
Y'all
just
not-
say
y'all not
if
listening.
it's a
Y'all not
meaningful
listening.
Here's my
feud,
thing, here's my thing.
of course
Y'all
you are
not
going to lose at some point in a meaningful feud. That's like saying we're gonna get mad if John Cena loses to Randy Orton at some point in their 20-year-long rivalry. No, what? No.
If you have a
Here's my thing
story,
with
and
Carmelo
if you
Hayes. Look,
if you have a story, and if you have a feud that makes sense and there's progression, any win or loss can be excused. The reason why people don't like Melo losing so much is because there's damn near no story. That's it. Melo losing isn't the problem. It's the fact that they do nothing matches with him and he's losing. When you add those two things together, you get a guy who's on the roster. The crowd don't like him because the crowd hasn't been given a reason to like him. and he's losing all of his matches. He's not doing anything besides progression with Miz, and the crowd doesn't care about Melo don't Miz. So the losses are just making it worse. If you add a story where it makes sense for Melo to keep losing and losing and losing and losing, and then finally he makes his way up, then all the losses, they make sense. But the fact that they're giving Melo empty losses now, and they completely built him differently than they built Braun Breaker, and they were both damn near on the same level, that's the problem. Oba can go to the main roster all he wants, but if they book him like the giant who just can't seem to win a wrestling match, guess what's going to happen? Loss of momentum. And we're going to be talking the same thing we have now. Why is Oba so much different on NXT? Because there's no story to even excuse what you're going to do. It's simple. They built Braun Breaker with story and matches. It's not that hard to do. They've shown they can do it before when they bring people up. Roxanne Perez, they got her in. I don't like this whole thing with her and Julia are teaming up against Io and Rhea. This is a coexist storyline. Roxanne and Julia were just feuding, and Io and Rhea were just feuding. It's can we coexist as storyline? And Roxanne Perez is damn near one of the best women you have in your roster, and that's what you ever doing on Monday Night Raw. The fuck out my face. That's why the crowd don't care.
After she was supposed to be feuding with Bailey, and you just scrapped it for no fucking reason. Why? Why did they scrap it?
A whole story. You abandoned a story
And
to get
Bailey
no
off the Mania card for no fucking reason.
That I'll agree with you on, and I've always said that.
That was stupid.
That's
That was
it. That's why I don't trust Obo on the main roster. I hope and I pray. But the thing is, Triple H has shown the NXT call-up thing doesn't really matter much. I damn near don't trust Julia. Julia is too much of a pure wrestler for me to trust Triple H right now. Where's he gonna put her? Have her losing to Rhea Ripley?
I see two completely different stratospheres right now, but that's because of the presentation of Carmella.
I think Julia will be alright. I think she'll be alright.
I see two completely different stratospheres between Oba and Carmella, but that's because of the.
I truly believe that they were going to give
I think
Roxanne
Julia
and
and
Tiffany
Roxanne will be okay. I think they will both
stop
be
the
okay.
rocking towards her and just push her to the moon.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We have to hope that they do that. We have no control over that, as we all know.
Yeah.
You know, and Melo has a catchphrase. He has a theme song. They've shown on NXT if they want to do the big entrance for him, they can do it. And the most important thing to me, the nigga can wrestle his ass off. He always could. So if they're not going to put in the effort with story, when that's the only thing that they're not doing with him, and he's progressed in even promos. He hasn't been the best promo because he had Trick behind him. I think him and Trick should be together, but that's his whole separate thing. I don't think.
If anything, they should go back. That was the best iteration of them to me.
I don't think him and Trick should have been separated.
Goes up to the main roster.
I mean, they can't really do it now because Trick is on doing both shows now with TNA and NXT and fighting Joe Hendry. So
here's the thing: Trick has so outgrown NXT at this point. Like I'm just done with him in NXT. I am. I'm done with him.
I was too after Stand and Deliver, but is TNA and WWE done with him? No. So now they got him fighting Joe Hendry for
TJ, you muted
title. So,
and he'll lose it, but
wait, we can't hear you, bro.
We can't hear you, TJ.
We cannot hear you, Terrence.
Nah.
Oh.
Hold on one sec.
It is.
There
I accidentally turned my mic down.
Oh,
I have the perfect way to call it, Trick.
There you go.
You know, everyone's like, I hate when people's first feud is Miz. This would actually be the perfect first feud for Trick.
If he saves Melo?
Miz doing this, no. They're doing the whole, Melo is Miz, or Miz don't miss, or Melo don't miss, us, him, and they're celebrating, and then, boom, Trick attacks Miz from behind, and Melo just looks at the crowd and goes, says something cool with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen, if you remember that. But yeah. He said something.
That was
cool,
the worst trailer.
He's like, Melo and Trick about it. Something you get. But yeah, Trick and Miz will be the perfect first feud for Trick, and that's a good way you can get him and Melo back aligned together.
I will cry tears of joy.
Because at some point, Melo has to be like, this ain't working. This ain't working. being paired with Miz.
No, Triple H probably loves
Say
it.
I
this.
think eventually it will. He will.
I'll say this: I hate when people say working with Miz is a bad thing. It's not. It's not.
It really
Stop.
Is it a good thing?
Knock it off.
It's not a great thing, but it's not the
Is it
worst
a
thing in the
good
world.
thing?
Here's what I'm saying, like, why would it like Miz is just some bum? Like he ain't.
We didn't say
got
that.
a
Who said
fucking Hall
bum?
of
I didn't
Fame
say bum.
resume.
I didn't say the word bum at all. Who said bum?
Who said?
I didn't say bum. I didn't say bum.
The
I
boy
just
has a
said
Hall of Fame resume.
that's
He's
cool.
like, you know, I mean,
Hey,
There's mad people in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, that doesn't mean shit.
The Hall of Fame don't matter no more, Brian. Gonna lie.
That means
I think
Jack.
You should have said the Triple Crown thing.
The
You should,
Hall-
like
the
the
Hall-
championships
the
matter
Hall-
more than.
Bushwhackers are in the Hall of Fame, Tay. The Bushwhackers are in the Hall of Fame.
They don't do shit.
We gotta stop saying, "Oh, they're Hall of Fame quality." The Bushwhackers are in the fucking Hall of Fame, dog. Let's
put
reel
anyone in the
back
Hall
the
of
use
Fame.
of that
Let's be
word.
real.
Yeah, Hall of
What?
Fame.
Every,
I
man.
just wanna know.
every single person nowadays is in the Hall of Fame. They're
But I just
doing
wanna know, what
matches
is
now
the
because
issue?
of it.
What is the issue with the Miz?
It's not an issue with
It's
the
because
Miz.
what does the story lead to? What does it lead to?
Man, I was
And
gonna
is the
call
story
Miz
ever
eventually.
good? But is the story ever good? I'll give you examples. Ciampa, Bronson
Fair
Reed.
point.
Come on
That
now.
was Vince.
It's not about what happens after. It's why is Miz always their first feud if it's not a good story? Because the story always boils down to, I'm the Miz, I can be a mentor. I hired you to take them out for me. I forgot what Ciampa's even was, because that shit was just like,
I don't know what Ciampa's was. Ciampa was just helping him.
He was like his.
I don't
Like,
remember Ciampa's
He-
reasoning.
he
He was just like,
he was like his line.
Ciampa was like, I'm gonna help
he
you
was
out.
only
Just
he was
here.
only with the Miz because Gargano was gone.
see, that's,
That
That doesn't
Yeah.
even make any sense.
That's it. That was the only reason.
You're in a feud with him.
So Ciampa's reasoning was, my Cleveland, Ohio boy is gone, so I'm choosing another Cleveland, Ohio boy. Got it.
Oh, that was Vince's reason. That wasn't Ciampa's. Ciampa didn't
You
probably
don't speak that name
want
around
to do
here
it.
anymore, unless we're shitting on him.
Triple H can't say this the new
Oh,
era and then continue to do the same old
Triple H
thing.
got the old way to
I
do
can
it.
talk
Not bad.
crap about Vince any day, but
That's the problem. Triple H can't say this is a new era and then go right back into the old era tendencies. Putting young stars with Miz or putting superstars that
whoever
with
whoever
Miz.
actually thinks that Triple H is perfect, that they are just not. They're just
He's not.
Well, no one's
He's not, but
perfect.
he's
There's
also
not a
the
booker
worst.
is perfect. No
If
one's
you think
perfect.
Triple H is perfect, get it out your mouth and wipe your face when you're done.
He's not.
Nobody is
But he's
perfect.
also not
He
the
is
worst
definitely not
person.
perfect.
Nobody is
We
perfect. It's just you have
I'm telling y'all.
tendencies. Every booker has tendencies. You know what Tony Khan's gonna do. You know Tony Khan can't book giants. You know
what Tony's
you know Triple H loves freaking Rhea Ripley. Like you know there's certain people that they care about.
He has his guys.
Yeah.
Triple H has his guys.
Every
And
booker has their
Tony
favorite.
Khan has
Yeah.
his
Every
guys.
booker has their favorite.
Everybody has their guys.
But it's how you intertwine all of them. That's
Yeah.
what you have to know how to do. And unfortunately, I feel like even I don't even know how to say this. When we look back, it's weird because the person that like we never want to come back now, if like I was watching WrestleMania 24 yesterday, and I was like, damn, it's so weird
I
that
never want to go back.
yeah, but it's like it's so weird that we had such a good time of wrestling for a period, and then we get to 2019 and it's the same person in charge, and then that person gets out of there, and then Triple H comes in and we hit that boom period again. But then like now we're out of the honeymoon period, and now it's like okay, we're in this lull of like no, it's not 2018, it's not 2019 levels of bad, but there's still so many things that are happening that to me shouldn't be happening, and now the company has changed so much from what it used to be. A lot of us remember the glory days of what it used to be, of like the past. A lot of us, when we think about like the greatest things that we remember, it happened back then, so it's a you know what I'm saying, it's weird because I don't think, again, no booker is perfect, you know what I'm saying. And I do, like I said earlier, Triple H, I do think is doing good things for the company, but he's also him and TKO and The Rock are doing a lot of harm that I don't think we're going to realize
I think it's more
until years
TKO than
later.
Triple H. I'm gonna lie. It's more TKO doing
But
more.
how do you know
do
that?
more
I,
than
But
I,
how
I,
can you how do you know
blame
that though?
for TKO. Here's the thing. I blame more TKO and The Rock on the business side of things. The creative thing is all Triple H, and he can definitely do better.
Yeah, he can definitely do better. He can definitely do better.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not
There's a
taking I'm not
you know
taking anything when it comes down to the business side of things of like ticket sales and all that shit. I'm not putting any of that on Triple H at all.
But here's
I'm
my
not.
thing, though. Here's my thing. A lot of
shit.
people, for some reason, I've been seeing, oh, we want, I promise y'all don't want that other guy back. We
Well,
are
absolutely
better
not.
off with him. If
I'm
Triple
not
H's
putting
work
anything.
is
This
better
is
than
why.
Vince's work. Triple H's work is better than Vince's work. I promise you that.
Oh, that's not even comparable. You know what I'm saying? But I do.
Triple H's work show is better than Vince's work show.
I will
can
put
tell you that
ticket
right
prices on Triple H though, because part of the thing that gets people to buy tickets is how you're booking the shows and if people want to watch the match. And if you're
I'm
booking
not
bad,
doing it because that's all Triple. That is all TKO.
but Phil, if they make a
No,
card
no,
that
it's
makes
not,
people want to come
because
to the show,
it comes down to supply
TKO
and
is the one
demand.
supporting.
But it comes down to supply and demand. If the product you are supplying is weak, the demand is going to be low, meaning the ticket sales are going to be low. If the product you're supplying is high, like saying John Cena's very last WrestleMania, the demand is going to be high, which makes them set the ticket prices higher. It's all intertwined. You can't blame one without the other because they go hand in hand. That's why if you blame TKO for the releases, Triple H in turn, his job gets harder because now I got to work creative with what I got. They released my product, so the demand for my product now goes to the other companies who are going to pick up my product. So now I got to do what I can with this product to give the people what is good so that the demand for this new product is high.
you said
I
product
agree
a
to
lot.
disagree on that. I just don't blame Triple H for the prices.
Why?
For the tickets, but
There's no agree to disagree. It's facts.
No, I want to hear. I want to
economics.
hear.
That's
I
how
want
it
to hear what he
works.
says. I want to hear his reasoning
because when it comes down to the business side of things, in terms of what WWE is doing in terms of the product and the creative side of things, yes, that is all Triple H. Everything about that is Triple H. And yes, I understand that when it comes down to the creative side of things and your booking of the show, prices matter and getting people in the seats, putting an ass every 18 inches matters. But the business side of the thing of like TKO, Ari Emanuel, The Rock, all those people are handling that shit. They are the ones with the shareholders. They are the ones when it comes down to the prices of everything, when it comes down to the financials and all that stuff. Triple H is solely creative. And until Triple H is out of creative, which I know is exactly what's going to happen because I 100% agree with you that The Rock is going to be taking over one day. Until that day comes, to me, they're two different sides. Yeah, sure, they work in unison. Yeah, sure, they're under the same umbrella. The WWE. Under TKO. But until everything is in that sort of shit show, in your eyes, it might already be there. And that's fine.
No, I think
But
you're not completely wrong in your assessment. I think the problem is you're not wrong in like a lot of things what you said. The problem is TKO can charge however amounts of money they want to charge. But if Triple H makes a card that people have to see live, wrestling fans will pay any amount of money to watch the match. That's what to me the ground level is. TKO can do as far as they can book an arena that is on top of that's in the worst place, the worst location, the most dangerous. But if they book some unbelievable prime Kenny Omega versus prime Roman Reigns match that people have to be in the arena for, people will stand outside to just be in the vicinity of that. And that's where I feel like wrestling, I'm talking about before, like Attitude Era, that's what we've lost in translation. The word that people draw around,
speak out about it.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what they are.
The word that people like to throw around a lot, that word draw, there aren't that many draws in professional wrestling today. I know a lot of people like to say they're a draw. To me, there's like maybe 7 in the entirety of professional. Now I'm talking about WWE. In the entirety of professional wrestling today, I think there's only about really 7 or 8. And even that is debatable. But wrestling fans will buy anything you give to them. Because wrestling goes beyond just the six of us and the people in chat. You feel me? As we all know. Wrestling fans will buy whatever. But if you give them good product, they will watch every show. They will buy every shirt. They will go to every arena. The reason why these shows are doing it's the same thing with why AEW's arenas were half empty. Because they weren't putting on good cards for people to go and watch it. AEW shows their entire card every week, damn near. If people don't like the card that they put on Instagram, they're not going to turn on the show. So it doesn't matter who is booking the arena, booking the crowd. It all starts. Creative is the most important part of all this. TKO just came in. Triple H was here already. So if Triple H wants to, portray that WWE is on fire right now, every Monday Night Raw should be extremely consequential. Every SmackDown should feel like the end of the freaking the greatest thing ever. Every NXT and every pay-per-view. I hate the fact that we have A level and B level pay-per-views. Every single pay-per-view premium live event should feel like the end of the world. There's a reason why Backlash feels like it does now, but we're all getting ready to go to SummerSlam just off of hope, and we haven't seen a match on the card yet. You don't think that's a problem? You feel me? We don't even know what Triple H is going to book for SummerSlam. He could have Travis Scott versus Snoop Dogg in a 30-minute Iron Man match. We don't know.
I have
That
a
would be
feeling what Travis
insane.
Scott is going to be doing.
But guess what? But guess
That
what?
would
What was the
insane.
match you just said? What
Snoop
was the
Dogg-
match you just said?
Snoop Dogg versus Travis Scott in a
will be
30-minute Iron Man
There will be a
match.
tag match with Travis Scott. There will be 100%.
But guess what? Me, TJ Saw, and Deontay. Hold
That's
on.
who he's facing.
But guess what?
That's who he's facing.
But guess what? Me, Saul, Deontay, and TJ, we already damn near halfway to SummerSlam, and we don't know what's on the card, right? Because we're not going off of what Triple H booked. We're going off of hope.
I know Cardi B's there. And that's all.
See, he's going off of Cardi B.
He's there. That's it.
And that's
He
the
is only going for Cardi B. That's
That's the
basically
problem. That's a good reason. She's a draw, yeah. But I'm just saying, that's the problem. Triple H. If you want people,
Take my drop.
hey brother,
I'm there to see my goat, John Cena.
if you want these things to work, if you want these things to flow, Triple H has to do better with booking the show anyway. Why SmackDown sucks so much now? Last week's SmackDown was terrible. How do you expect people to care about Backlash? Yeah, it's too damn long. How do you expect people to care about these things if you're not booking them right? TKO is only the business part. But if Triple H can book a show that people care about, then all TKO has to do is just throw the price tag out there, and people will buy it. That's why they want to take Triple H out now, because Triple H isn't making the show.
It's going to continue rising. It's going to continue rising.
But guess what,
one
Phil?
way or another.
But guess what?
Be
The prices
or
will
not,
rise. The prices can rise all they want, but if the quality rises too, people will go still. That's what we're missing.
People are still filling up the arenas now, though, Love. Even if the product is bad in Europe.
But the ratings for Netflix for Monday Night Raw have been dropping since January.
Well, I don't see that. I don't care about the numbers. I care about the
It doesn't matter if you care. That's the problem. It doesn't matter what we care
But
about. What
also,
matters
that's
is what's
the thing.
happening.
Not every part of the product that's bad is going to be bad, because we all said it. Night one's card was shit, except for what? The main event. As long as your main event is a box office draw, the rest of your show could be ass, but people are still gonna buy tickets. Why? Because I gotta be there to see Roman versus Seth versus Punk. I gotta be there to see Cena potentially break the record. I bought my fucking Mania Night 2 ticket 5 hours before the show. Cause I said, I don't think I can live with myself if I don't watch this shit in person.
But
And
TJ,
I was talking about how nothing on this card interests me. Them
That's
niggas
what I'm
made me
saying.
pull from my rent money to get a ticket.
TJ, now imagine you were at WrestleMania. You were at 41. You were with us at 40. Imagine if all of those matches were like, say, like LA Knight and AJ Styles, where people were like leaving to go to the bathroom. Imagine if the card wasn't just Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Imagine if the card wasn't just the Rock tag team match. Imagine if every match on the card was life or death. They could have made every single ticket $50 million. People would have found a way to go to the show. Because that's how wrestling works. It doesn't matter if TKO
Miz versus Logan Paul.
That's what I'm
our main
saying.
event.
It doesn't matter how much they pay. They're gonna up. Everything's gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going up. We're in a bad time in this country. Everything is going up. But if the food tastes good enough, if the movie is good enough, yeah. If the food is good enough, if the movie is good enough, if the wrestling show is good enough, people will find a way to buy. Because if they didn't, we would see it. But we don't. Because the same thing happens every time. Monday Night Raw's quality can go up and down, but guess what? People are still going to go just off of the hope that they get a chance to yeet every night. But if there was more on the card besides just yeet, if there was more on the card besides just your main marquee matches, then you have a full WWE would actually be on fire. That's the problem. It doesn't matter how much the tickets are. The reason why people don't want to pay $40,000 for a ticket is because the shows aren't worth $40,000 for a ticket. But if you make $40,000 worth of creative, if you have 7 life or death feuds on your show, you've now created something that's never happened before. Maybe only in the Attitude Era because their rosters were extremely smaller. That's the problem. I like blaming TKO. I don't think TKO is doing anything good for the company at all. Not at all. But I would be lying if I said that I can just really put all of this on them. I put 85% of it on Triple H. It's like me, Nate, and TJ with our burger stand. Our burgers are expensive as hell, but guess what? People still keep coming in there, right? Because the burgers are good.
Let me get a triple burger with triple ketchup,
What are we
triple lettuce.
That's just
mayo.
how. I'm not a businessman.
Oh yeah, that's
Hey,
$35.
I'm not a businessman. I'm broke as all
I
hell.
am not paying $35 for a burger. I'm sorry.
Phil, but guess what? If that's the best burger you ever had, you're gonna buy that burger.
Look at Five Guys.
If that's the best burger you've ever had, you're going to buy the
niggas be
burger.
saying the same shit about DoorDash. After you get that post DoorDash clarity, I ain't paying this $40 up again.
You
2
feel
days
me?
later, all right, let me get the Express. God damn.
I definitely did pay for the Express for Chipotle the other day, so
It's like a concert. If there was a concert and whoever was rapping or singing said, I'm gonna come out and take a picture with every single person in this arena, but guess what? The tickets are $20,000. People who care about that artist enough, they're gonna pay that money because they want that little moment of attention. They want that little moment because that moment is one in a million.
Who it is?
We see it with the Chris Brown meet and greet. $1,200 for your girl to get pulled up on Chris.
They're paying so much money just to take a picture of them on Chris Brown like these. That's all they want.
Nigga, the amount of men that paid for that thing thinking they could get carried like the girls do, and he was like, I ain't carrying y'all niggas.
That's all they want.
They said, I paid $1,200 just for Chris to make me stand 3 feet away.
That's all they want. If Triple H can make his shows like a Chris Brown meet and greet, if he can make his shows
that's a crazy comparison. Crazy comparison.
It is.
Alright.
If Triple H can make his shows as desirable as a Chris Brown meet and greet, you'll make so much more money than you could ever think.
Chris Brown meet and greet is crazy, though.
It's more of a draw than freaking half the people on the roster are now. Why? Because of supply and demand. And if you get it, if you have the product, like TJ said, if you have the product, we playing Schedule 1. We will sell network. If the people want the crack, they will pay for the crack. If people want the wrestling,
that shit.
they will pay.
Can I pay
for it.
$180 for 3.5? Now let me get that $220. Okay.
If you upcharge them, it don't matter. You know why? Because they're crackheads. They like crack. So no matter how much you charge them, they want the crack.
Tony Khan, exactly.
What are we talking about? We're all wrestling fans. If the wrestling is good enough, each and every one of us, you too, Nate, will go to every single show if the show is good enough. You too, no, Nate. Now I'm looking at you. Yeah, you right there. You. Yeah, you. I seen you out. Yeah. You
Say what the fuck?
eating your ice cream.
What are you talking about?
Eating your ice cream. I see you right there. You'll find a way.
Ice cream look good.
Overs.
That's just the way to land. That's the way I see it. I know some people won't see it the way I see it, but I'm just saying, Triple H, if you want people to actually care about your show again, make the show worth a damn. And TKO can make the tickets $1 million. It won't matter. You'll have a full crowd in there saying yeet.
But please don't do that.
Regardless.
Please.
Yeah, don't do it. Please
do
don't.
that.
Please don't. But if you do,
Please don't.
Sell out.
I don't want to do that. I ain't got $1 million. So hopefully one day, but right now it's tough. So
You're still gonna sell out everything. There's still gonna be the highest gates every single pay-per-view ever.
They be lying sometimes with that shit too. They be lying.
They do. They definitely do. But that's always been a WWE thing. That's not a Triple H thing. That's always been a WWE thing. But yeah, I mean, I get where everybody's coming from, but I have my own stance with this. So yeah. Backlash. Yes. I know you guys don't care about this card. This card isn't the greatest, but we're here and we're doing it. So let's get this done. I know you guys don't want to talk about this show, and that's fine. So if you guys just want to do quick, it's fine.
No,
Get
I mean,
it over with, but-
there's like I guess the main event, obviously, what I assume to be the main event was Cena and Randy.
Yeah.
Everything else, me personally, it's tough. I mean, we can go down the card if you want, but I really don't know what's on the card. If I'm be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I want to go over the card
it.
because honestly, I have been enjoying what we have seen. I have been. It's okay if you haven't. I get that. At the end of the day, we all like what we like. But I honestly think that this show, for the 3 weeks that I only had to build for, because let's face it, this show was only been 3 weeks for build. They've done some good things with this.
That's another problem too. They gotta separate those shows too. That shit is.
They gotta separate this. Here's the thing. I just would never have Backlash. I wouldn't.
Well,
because
the thing is, it wasn't at the same time last year. Why did they push Mania back 2 fucking weeks?
There it is.
What was the point of that? Why did they do? I truly think the niggas did it just so it could fall on 420. Knowing they were in Vegas, I think that's the only reason why they pushed it.
That is a terrible reason.
I can't think of any other reason why they would push it back.
If that's a legitimate reason, then that sucks.
And Easter is was the same day too.
And Easter was the same day.
Yeah, those got to be the only reason they pushed it back. They did. That's got to be.
Wilding on Easter in Vegas is
other
crazy.
reason why they would push it back 2 weeks.
You know how stressful
Especially
I was on Easter Sunday trying to figure out.
Elimination Chamber was March 1st.
Yeah, Chamber was
Elimination Chamber was March 1st.
Chamber was kind of crazy.
There was no need to push Mania back 2 weeks.
I don't mind Elimination Chamber being in March, though. I don't.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just saying, with that, how spread apart it was, with it being the 1st of March, there was no need for Mania to be April 19th to 20th when it could have been 5th and 6th, or that first weekend of April.
And here's the thing, TJ. Here's the thing. I understand that people were so up in arms about the Royal Rumble being in February, right? But it was like February 1st or whatever. It's basically the end of January. The only reason why it was in February was because everything else in January was pretty much already taken because of Saturday Night's main event, or because all the Saturdays and Sundays were just not viable for the Rumble. So they did it February 1st. Big deal. I don't care about that. I don't care. But the reason why everything was so fucked up throughout that entire ordeal is because of WrestleMania being so far late in April.
They gotta stop doing that.
We only had
shit.
3 weeks to build for Backlash. Only 3.
You know Triple H complained about having more time to build?
And people are still up in arms about Travis Scott being the sole reason as to why Cody lost his title.
It was 3 weeks ago.
Complained about
people are still not over the fact of that. So, yeah, sure. They had 5 matches on this card. Yeah, sure, you could have done a little bit things a little bit better, for sure. But, like, the one match that I just want to get over with, because I'm pretty sure we're all going to be unanimous in this one, is Dom and Penta. Because this was literally just thrown on the card just to have it be on the card. That's it. This match has no rhyme or reason being on here. This match has absolutely no story whatsoever when it comes down to this. So I'll agree with you on that narrative. and it's just so that we can fill it out with 5. That's it.
I have a
Now,
question.
what's up?
No, I have a question too. That number one contenders match tomorrow night on SmackDown for the women's title. Is that women's championship match going to be on Backlash too, or is
No.
it just
No.
Okay.
Do we know that for a
You know
fact?
Triple H don't
Or
like
is
doing
that
women's
it?
title matches on pay-per-views.
That is true. He may.
Oh, no, we know. Triple H don't like
That's
doing
fair
women's
point, fair
title
point.
matches on pay-per-views and shit.
I didn't even know there was a number one contenders thing for the women.
Yeah.
Jade and Nia tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not going on the card. That's
No,
yeah,
not-
no.
We're having every
Yeah.
single time now for pay per view we're having 5 matches, so they're sticking with that. But
That's
Donna's
tough.
winning. Penta's not winning this.
You think so?
Yes, 100%. 100%. There's no reason
Yeah.
why Dominic Mysterio needs to lose the Intercontinental Championship just 3 weeks into his reign. There's no reason.
Yeah, Dom is retaining, and then Finn is turning on him afterwards, or it might be a thing of Finn helps Dom retain, and then Dom and Judgment Day finally turn on Finn, especially after we had the AJ Styles interaction with him, where he was like, "Oh, what's up, Prince?"
I popped for that. I was like, oh,
There's
shit.
like,
There's
whoa.
al-
That was his old
also
name.
a
What's
lot
your
of
ex-boyfriend doing up in here?
Oh, I like that one.
There's also a lot of rumors going around that Jeff Cobb could be here.
See, I
Uh-oh.
have
Could
to
be in
place
this card.
somewhere else on this card. I haven't placed somewhere else on this card because they said he's internally listed as SmackDown. And when I tell you where I have him placed, I already know
Let's
what y'all are
fucking
gonna
know.
say, especially
I'm
you,
ready.
Phil. But I'm gonna need
Jacob
y'all to
Bucket.
open your
Jacob
minds and hear
Bucket.
me out.
Jacob
Nope.
Batu. I already know where you're going.
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
Santos.
Nope.
Santos.
I
No.
thought that too. I don't know what he's about to do.
Just remember when it gets there and I bring it up, y'all niggas gonna flip. I just know that.
I'm not
But
doing
yeah, Dom is
doing
a
anything with
miss.
Gold. I'm not doing anything with Goldberg. So shut the hell up if that's the case.
Goldberg.
Um,
Who said Goldberg?
Even
Well,
Goldberg.
he's definitely showing up tomorrow.
If-
He's definitely
if-
showing up on Saturday.
Goldberg is definitely showing up, but
Oh,
yes,
no.
Dominic Mysterio.
Talking match. I hope everyone knows
Oh dear.
that when it comes to Goldberg coming.
Dominic Mysterio 100% was, no doubt about it.
So since we're all in agreement on Dom, and we just talked about Goldberg,
I
Phil, I
think
feel like
Penta.
the next one is. I feel like that should be. You're picking Penta?
Yeah, I think Penta's gonna win. I think Finn's gonna
Why?
make sure. I don't know. I just think Penta's gonna win. I don't have any reason. I'm not gonna lie.
love Penta,
I have no
but
reason.
I love Penta. He's one of my favorites working right now. But I got Dom winning this shit. Except Dom's.
I do think Penta's gonna be the champion, and then they're gonna blame it on Finn. I don't think
interesting.
they're going for a dominant champion that long.
If they do pull it this early, I won't be upset about it. But I just
If that happens, they about to
My
beat the
title
fuck out
will-
of Finn, dog.
I won't
That
really
post-match
care.
breakdown gonna be
I won't really
crazy.
care either way, but it's just like you can still have Finn and Dom. You know,
I think Dom deserves a little bit more of a run than just 3 weeks.
oh, he
At least
deserves it.
SummerSlam. At least give me SummerSlam.
He definitely deserves it. I'm just telling you what I think Triple H is going to do. You know, but if I'm booking it, I'm having Dom win, and then you do Finn and Dom at SummerSlam, and then Finn beats him at SummerSlam. That's what I'm doing. But I think Triple H is going to get to win. But you know,
if Triple
But-
H does, Triple H just gives him that of that reign. That's stupid. Then what was the point of putting the IC title on Dom in the first place?
you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
has to
very
win
much
it.
right.
You mean like him putting the tag titles on Becky and Lyra just to switch it back the next night?
Exactly.
Clock it.
That was
Exactly.
Did we forget who's booking this show? That nigga don't care about logic.
Exactly.
considering we did just talk about. I mean, I brought him up, which was stupid, but it's gonna happen. So, Gunther had this match, regardless of however anybody may feel. I honestly think this has been really cool, really good. A lot of people do not believe that Pat McAfee can go. He definitely very well can. He was in a War Games match. He was in a match against Adam Cole. Baby. There you go, Nate. See, we got it.
I have a picture of this man on my wall.
Yeah.
It's a great guy.
There you go. I think this match is absolutely going to be, something. It's going to be something for sure.
Definitely gonna be a match.
Well, first of all, Gunther has to win this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Gunther wins it.
If he doesn't win, he's cooked. If he doesn't win, he's cooked.
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I was
He
gonna
might.
stop that too because I was gonna say a lot of people automatically thinks if like
If
some
you
person
lose, you're buried. That's what everybody.
that's what
That's
everybody
not the
thinks.
case.
I hate that. I hate that.
If
I
you
will
lose, you are
caveat. I will
buried.
caveat. I
But
will
you are not
caveat.
buried.
In normal cases, I would agree with y'all. But against Pat McAfee
He's not losing
and
to Pat.
Gunther,
He might be cooked.
if he loses to Pat and it's not due to Goldberg, then them people might have
If
the
it's
right to start
clean-
talking shit.
Clean. Here's the thing. If
If it's a clean loss to
we'll
Pat,
have
they might have the right to talk some shit.
If it's a clean loss, we'll have a conversation. But
And it won't be a conversation with Gunther. It'll be a conversation with Triple H.
I'm saying in a general sense. Here's the thing. When it comes down to this, I'll talk about Penta. Penta, we were just talking about earlier. Penta lost one match. Is he buried? No. But people were throwing that shit around as soon as Penta lost a match on Raw. I hate that shit. Just because you lose one match, you're not buried. You're not.
Phil, but that at the same time,
care
that's
what-
extremely situational. It's extremely situational. Penta's situation and Gunther's situation are two different situations. Penta's
I
being
understand
introduced.
Penta didn't lose to a former
I
NFL
understand.
kicker.
I
Damn,
get
take
that there's
shit.
situation. I get that there are situations.
Damn.
I'm just saying in a grand scheme of things, if you lose one match, you're not considered buried.
Yes,
Nah, Cody Rhodes
but
is
Phil,
definitely bad for losing to
Phil,
John Cena. Definitely bad.
what you're using right now is you're generalizing right now. We understand what you just said is absolutely correct. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm telling you is Penta's situation with him and Gunther just getting submitted by a guy who doesn't use submission moves and then going to fight a ring announcer for literally no reason. Those two consecutive losses, do I think it's the end of the world? No. But if people were to say, okay, we're obviously booking him in a hole here, I would understand that assessment. Would I agree? Maybe not. But I would understand the assessment if that were to come from other people on the outside. You cannot have Gunther tap out to someone who's never used a rear naked choke and then have him lose to a ring announcer within 4 weeks.
Yeah, I see what Loft is talking about now after what he
I see what you're talking about.
That's all I'm saying.
But-
Like I said, he's not buried. I'm not. Y'all are right. He's not buried. He's not gonna leave the company and all that goofy shit. But Gunther has been champion for what 80% of the
What
time.
happened next?
He's been champion for I believe it's like 89% of his entire run.
He's the
And
longest
on
reigning
If Pat
intercontinental
wins,
champion.
niggas are gonna start saying Pat deserves a world title shot because he beat a former world champion. I might
no,
fly
Don't do
to
that.
St.
Don't do
Louis.
that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna fly to St. Louis just to make sure Pat doesn't win. I don't care if it's Goldberg or not. I'm gonna make sure Pat does not win. I
You gotta
see
look at
niggas
Triple
up like
Gotta
H.
keep up.
You gotta look
You
at
gotta
former
keep
Triple H
Super
up.
Bowl
first.
puncher turned world champion.
Here's the thing. If
Who's the
people
first commentator to be world
Fictional.
champion?
But I really
Logan
do
Paul.
feel at some point people just make up just some random ass scenarios exactly like that, just so that they can try to do something with Triple H's booking. People are trying to make up some random ass scenarios like Pat McAfee getting a world title shot for no reason. Like we know that's not going to happen, people. So stop making that random scenario. That's never going to happen. Like
Phil, have you not seen IWC? That shit will happen. That shit will happen.
Like, no, we're not gonna have Pat McAfee in a world title opportunity. So why are we even trying to bring it
Hey,
up?
hey,
No, it's
hey.
not happening.
Hey, if it does, Loft, you ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it.
I don't like
You
95%
won.
of the things that happen
You
on
won
Monday Night
world
Raw.
champion.
It don't matter if I
Not
like
like-
it or not.
So what the fuck did you say?
99% of people aren't gonna
What I
like that.
said.
Wait.
Phil, what did you say
Like-
about Logan?
Scenario.
What did you say?
I
Tom?
said, I said Logan would be Pat's first.
Gunther,
I said if he won world title.
here's the thing. Gunther's
Pat
winning this.
McAfee versus Logan Paul.
Mm-mm.
I'd root for the referee. I would root for the referee.
He said,
I'm like, you
Rooting
go,
for the
Chad
referee.
Patton. That was a perfect count right there. That was fair. That was very down the middle, Chad Patton.
Good job, Charles.
Good job, Lil Nate.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. And this too. That word y'all just said, deserve. I hate that we're in the era where it's like, oh, they deserve it, so they should get it. There's mad superstars in the back that deserve a lot and will never get it. I'm so tired of people. Oh, they deserve it. They work so hard. Everybody works hard, nigga. Everybody.
Shayna Baszler deserved
Everybody.
a lot, too, and look what happened.
All the people that got released worked.
They
their asses off
work
to get
super
to
hard, but
work.
guess what they got? The door. So don't tell me, oh, he deserves it. She deserves it. They work so hard. They got over. There's a whole every superstar can get over if the company's behind them, if they have the right opportunities, if they're getting put on TV.
Guess what they got?
All the door. Everything happens. Every wrestler does. I won't say every. Most wrestlers who work hard deserve to have their big moment in the sun, but not everyone's gonna get it. Not everyone's gonna get it. I
Most
hate that.
people don't get.
You're right. We're in that era where it's like, oh, we have to put a belt on him because he deserves it. Yeah, Akira Tozawa deserves to not be a jobber. People don't know that he can wrestle. People don't know how good Akira Tozawa is.
Yeah.
I had a conversation in my comment section today because someone brought him up as like a jobber. People do not understand how good Cedric Alexander is. People do not understand how good these wrestlers are. Because they got treated like
They
jobbers
never
on the
watched.
way out.
They never watched 205 Live.
And I don't even blame people for that.
You're right, they didn't.
I didn't watch NXT.
You're right, they
Thing is, I didn't watch NXT UK, but guess what? When Gunther came in,
they didn't.
when Walter came in, they made sure that we knew what he used to do. That's the problem. I didn't watch NXT UK. I didn't watch the first half of NXT Black and Gold. But guess what? When people came in onto the main roster, for the most part, not all of them, sometimes, they made them feel like a big deal. Kinda. A few of them. Vince McMahon, he's terrible.
They
What I'm
should have
saying-
made Ascension a big deal. They never did.
You know? But what I'm saying, there's so many wrestlers that deserve so much, but they're so good in the ring, but they get booked in these joke-ass positions. I don't blame them for not knowing, but what does it come back to again? Who's writing the show? Triple H has the power to do all of this, and if you don't have the power, that's why no one cares about. Freaking Rusev demolishing Akira Tozawa. If Akira Tozawa was given the time, he could really put some hands on Rusev, but he won't get that time because that's nasty. He's not even. He's a joke. He's a jobber, but he's not a jobber.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Aiden is right too. Like he mentioned Umberto and Angel too, because Umberto and Angel was
They are a great
nice.
tag.
They were nice in NXT.
They were
Not
great.
even tag team wise, single wise too. Cause when freaking Angel Garza first came out with the freaking Cruiserweight Championship, and he had matches against Leo Rush and other people, I'm like, bro, I didn't like Angel Garza, but Angel Garza was that dude. I ain't gonna cap.
Who had the wing clipper as their finisher?
Hey,
Was it
niggas was
Garza
not
or
there for
Umberto?
Humberto Carrillo. That was Angel.
Facts.
That was Angel. Wing
That,
yeah.
that's still like my top. Like it's like Swanton Bomb, Buckshot Lariat, Wing Clipper. I
the
love
wing
that
clipper?
move.
Yeah, the
That
wing
move
wing
is
clipper.
fucking
The
crazy.
wing clipper
I
was
love
crazy.
that move.
Yeah.
That move makes me stand up. That move makes me stand up. I like that
Yeah,
shit.
the wing clipper Angel. Getting back to this though, Gunther wins in my eyes. And it's gonna be a pretty dominant fashion.
Beat his ass.
It felt like he's gonna
But-
die.
Beat his ass.
But in terms of what's happening after the match, because I do believe Goldberg is coming.
Uh-oh.
Gunther, he's gonna continue the assault on Pat. Might go up to Cole, do something or try to do something to him, but then all of a sudden we hear Goldberg's music and he comes in for the save. And then we set this thing up for the Saudi event, that's gonna be coming soon. And
Nope.
And
There's no
so
Saudi events this year. There are no Saudi events this year for the first
Well, then
time since
it'll
their
be-
partnership.
Really?
well, then
When I saw that shit, I was
That's true.
well then
That's gonna be.
well, then, if that-
So you're telling
well,
me that
case, well then if that is the case, then this is probably going to be one of your matches for a SummerSlam. a night for a night.
Oh
of
god, one where we have a drink or something, basically,
Oh,
or
fuck.
you know, beat
I gotta see Goldberg, bro. Oh,
Hey,
fuck.
hey, guess what? I don't know if you want to take a bet with me. I do believe they're gonna have Pat McAfee do a Canadian Destroyer spot just because they like when the celebrities do a Canadian Destroyer
here's
spot.
the thing.
They're gonna
Here's
have
the
him
thing.
do
Also,
one. I will put that
he
bet in
got
on
mad at
FanDuel.
Canada for booing the. Remember,
I
he
think
got
it will
he
be
got mad at
a
Canada for
specific-
booing the anthem. They're definitely gonna do it.
Oh, that's the
Like,
Pat
you can't do
Destroyer.
I call that shit the American Destroyer.
The Pat Destroyer or some
I
goofy
think
shit.
it will be. I think it will be a decisive victory in the end for Gunther, but Pat McAfee's no slouch. He,
Not
as
at all.
much as people are not gonna like it, Pat will have some offense in this match.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
I think he deserves that much. I just You know.
I hope, yeah, as I say, I hope y'all know that he's not gonna just no soul it, but no, he's gonna sell some of the spots that Pat wants to.
Actually, go. That's what people don't
Yeah.
understand.
Pat's really, really, really good for like his realm. You feel me? I don't think that he's like top tier, but he's definitely not the worst. He can hold his own in the ring, and I think that's what's gonna. Gunther doesn't have to
I saw
carry
this
it.
man do a
you know?
swanton bomb. I was like, what?
Cole, his match against Cole at Takeover 30 was pretty damn good.
But then you gotta realize he's in
No,
there
I saw
with
this man
Adam Cole.
Full
You know,
swanton bomb. I was like, this dude's
It
still.
takes two of them to get a match.
he's in there with prime Adam Cole. So I mean, like, while Pat is very good, he's in there with
And
the
the
top of the
War
line.
Games
at
match
the
was
point.
not either.
You know,
that moves
yeah.
off the cage was insane.
He ain't trash or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't think it's gonna be a bad match. I just there's no reason for him to go from world championship
Corbin
to
was
announcer. You know, it's
That's
obviously a
what Corbin was
downgrade. It's obviously a really bad
I mean,
downgrade.
here's the thing. I mean, this match really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things after all of this. But I mean, Gunther's gonna get like a pretty dominant victory. He'll have his retirement match. Well, not his retirement match, but he'll have Goldberg's retirement match. Even though I do
I just
think
realized.
even though I do think there's gonna be two for him, but
oh.
we'll cross that bridge, and we'll see.
You know what I
What's
just
up,
realized? This is Backlash first American show. We saw him internationally. We saw him in Puerto Rico. We saw him in France, and I was like, what? I think this is the first time we've seen Backlash back in the U.S.
In like 3 years,
Yeah, back
3,
in
4
the
years.
States. Back in the States since 2022. Yeah.
Oh,
2022 was in Rhode Island, and then we have Puerto Rico and France.
I was always expecting Backlash to be
Rhode
international,
Island.
honestly.
What did Rhode Island do?
What's that?
Rhode Island is very random.
No wonder
That's a
that
very random-
shit went international. Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What did Rhode Island do? Y'all
That's
fuck Rhode
very
Island?
random.
That place is so small. Houston is bigger than the entire fucking state.
Is it really?
It's just that little. It's just
Yes.
It's just that little.
Damn, y'all fuck with the road.
Backlash 2022 was interesting because that was
It was actually good. It was actually a
WrestleMania
good card.
Backlash.
It was actually a good card.
because that was Cody and Seth, that was Omos and Bobby, that was Edge and
That was
AJ,
actually-
Oh, wait a minute now.
that was Rousey and Charlotte,
Ew.
which sucked.
Oh,
No.
Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
Then we had
oh,
an 8-minute match between Madcap Moss and
Bloodline.
Andy Orton,
Oh.
and then the Bloodline versus Drew and RK Bro.
really good 6-man tag. That was a
Mhm.
really good 6-man tag, honestly.
WWE has killed my
Oh, yeah.
love for 6-man tags. I don't think I'll ever love a
Um,
6-man tag again because of WWE. So,
Yeah.
they,
It's the last one that was actually bad.
I refuse to watch a 6-man tag now.
So I mean, it's pretty much unanimous.
Rhea joined Judgment Day.
Gunther.
Oh.
What?
Corbin said that was the show where Rhea joined Judgment Day. Was it really?
Oh yes, it was.
it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
it was.
I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, was she pull up with the hoodie?
I was used to Backlash being
Yeah, she hit that-
international.
That was prime Judgment Day, bro. Oh my god.
They'll go back to an international thing, but the reason why it's in St. Louis is because of Randy. That's why.
Seth and Cody always put on 5 stars. By the way, I watch. They
Yes.
I don't know. Those two are wrestling soulmates
They
to
made-
another level.
Whatever
They
happened
together
to
for real. They may not like each other for real, but they know how to hoop. Like, they know how to go.
Seth Rollins is
understand
that
that they were
guy.
in-
It's crazy.
He is. He legit. I was like, I thought they were gonna do Backlash. I remember Triple H said in the press conference in Backlash in Paris or whatever. He says like, I'm gonna get Italy on the phone. I was like, is there gonna be a Backlash in Italy? And it just never happened.
People were thinking that we were going to be getting Backlash Mexico, but that was a fake report.
I wish that shit would have been fun. That shit would have been fun, bro. And they have a good ass arena for that. Anyway,
Here's the thing though, Saul. We have AAA. We have AAA now, so.
yeah, but you could have used it.
Oh,
You could have
brother.
used it. You could have used it still, you know. But
I'm so afraid for that to be under this umbrella.
It's a whole other podcast in itself, Boss. So I don't want to continue going into that. But yes, that's a whole other podcast in itself.
I'm
The whole AAA thing.
Yeah, I'm afraid. That's all I'm saying. I'm just afraid.
But yeah, we can cross that bridge if we ever want to do it. Up next, Fatal 4-Way, United States title. I like how they did this here. I understand it's basically an amalgamation of two WrestleMania feuds into this one here, but I don't mind this. Mainly because right now, the United States Championship is probably going to be one of the most important titles that you can ever have on the Friday Night SmackDown brand. It is going to be one of, if not the most important title right now because of John Cena and his WWE Championship run. If you're going to have the United States Championship in this type of caliber superstar and Jacob Fatu, loading it with guys like Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, and heck, even LA Knight, even if he is just kind of like the safe option, is great. Loading up the United States Championship title picture is a fantastic idea. So I love this Fatal 4-Way.
This was smart, honestly. This was smart on that. Like I said, I think that they were gonna pull that. I said Jacob's going over. I hope we're all in agreement with that. Jacob's going over.
Yeah,
Yeah, he should
I see
go
no
over.
reason as to why Jacob has to lose this.
My only thing with this match is I don't like that Drew McIntyre is contending for a U.S. Championship because I think he should always be in the world title scene no matter what. Y'all know I'm not a big Damian Priest guy, but I also do not believe that he should be in the U.S. Championship realm at all. And I don't believe LA Knight should be in the U.S. Championship division at all. I do think that they should have taken this. This is what I'm saying.
I feel like they dropped.
This is what I'm saying. If you have 3 weeks, as soon as Jacob Fatu wins that belt at WrestleMania, I'm giving him a 3-week feud so we can have a one-on-one match. I'm not rehashing the Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre stuff because Drew McIntyre already won the feud at WrestleMania. To me, it's damn near done. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight should be at the top of the card. Not Jacob Fatu. They're not on the same level. You feel me? I don't. This feels like what they did with WrestleMania, kind of, where they just threw a whole bunch of multi-man matches, which obviously they're going to come out good, you know what I'm saying, because of the chaos factor. They're all going to come out as great matches, but I do believe Jacob Fatu's first, I think this is his first defense. It should be against one person with as much meaning as you can make it, a 3-week feud. Even if you wanted to hotshot the Solo Sikoa stuff. Because at this point,
I don't agree with that. I think you gotta hold off on that. But I see.
But that's the thing. I don't think people are going to care as much about the Solo Sikoa stuff in August if this is the way we're going to go. Like, obviously they've been teasing it for they were teasing it before Jacob won the belt. I don't think Solo. Yeah. I think Solo has lost a lot of stock because of Jacob now. I don't think that's a SummerSlam match anymore. I think you could have waited, and then if you wanted to have Drew McIntyre in the U.S. Championship feud, then you make Jacob and Drew McIntyre an actual meaningful feud. You can have Drew McIntyre, you know, he still hates the bloodline. You can still have him blame Jacob Fatu, even though he wasn't there during the whole bloodline thing.
That's another storyline. He's just dropped randomly for no reason.
He's technically still a part of it. So now, if you have, that's what I'm saying. You have Drew McIntyre win at WrestleMania. Then you have him go back to what we all know for him. Now he can beat the bloodline, technically, because Jacob is, you know, in the bloodline. And then have him win a championship. If you want to have Drew McIntyre win a U.S. championship, if he has to be in that feud. LA Knight doesn't have to be a part of it, and Damian Priest ain't part of it. Damian lost, and LA Knight lost, so they shouldn't be on the Backlash card. If you lost 3 weeks ago, why are you on this card again? You feel me? There's no. It's like, to me, that's weak storytelling on the part of Triple H and creative. The Fatal 4-Way is going to be a great match. That's cool, but you have a feud that ended at Mania and LA Knight, who should not be relegated to the mid card division if he has all of the qualities apparently as a world champion, because he's over, he can wrestle, he got the catchphrase, the crowd cares about him, he got a promo, he can do everything he needs to do. So why is LA Knight still in the U.S. Championship feud if he just put over the younger star Jacob Fatu? Why is he still fighting for the U.S. Championship when we need someone to go? Why?
I 100% agree with you on that, Losh, but and yeah, I mean, you know, with everything that's happening with Jay right now, it's the exact same kind of formula that you just laid out for LA. You know, he has a catchphrase. He cheers. Everything about LA Knight and him being a part of the world title picture, you know, the criteria that you laid out for LA Knight and why he should be in a world title scene, that's exactly why Jey Uso is right now the world champion.
Remember when he won the Slim Jim Battle Royale and the crowd popped like he won the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Your moment was right there, and they dropped
the reason. I've always said this about LA Knight when it comes down to this. He is a safe choice for a mid-card title scene because that's what WWE sees him as right now. That's it. He is a safe choice. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, those two guys are still feuding for whatever reason. I like what they bring to the table. It's not always the best in terms of, like, you know, I mean, you know, if people don't like him, people don't like him. But they had a fantastic match at Mania. Regardless of however that may be now, this Fatal 4-Way, like you said, it's going to be great. But what's after this? What's after this for Jacob? We know Solo.
Yeah.
We know Solo. But that's not until way later down the line. You could have easily had a feud for Jacob Fatu between all three of these guys if you wanted to, separately.
Even has Drew McIntyre even verbalized that he wanted the U.S. Championship? And why would Damian Priest win a belt he already won?
He came out there because Damian Priest was out there with
so that Drew McIntyre doesn't want to be U.S. champion. He just wants to beat Damian Priest up, and Damian's fighting for a belt he already won.
He wants more of Damian Priest. That's why he's here.
Then you take them off of the match. Then you take them and you push them somewhere else.
And then they had the triple threat. And then they had the triple threat to determine the number one contender. Drew won that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Damian Priest came into the mix because he still wants some of Drew. And then LA Knight is still here because he's LA Knight.
Yeah.
And now we find ourselves in the 4-Way. So, like, I completely understand where you're coming from.
See,
it's just
that's just bad storytelling to make a good match.
I'm souring on LA Knight every single time I see him now, and that sucks for me to say.
It's not even your fault. You know whose fault it is, though? The game.
Well, it's obviously booking. It's obviously Triple H. But, like, the thing is, like, they just continuously put him in the same position each and every single time, and I'm like, all right, I've seen him in this position 10,000 other times. What's next? I don't care anymore.
There's no reason to care about Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, or LA Knight as U.S. champion right now. So why are they in the match?
I like that they're stacking up the division. To me, that's not the problem. But doing it in a Fatal 4-Way sense, when you could have easily done it one-on-one and spread this out.
But that's the
That's
thing.
not
Okay,
the issue.
so like, and that's the other thing. It's like, all right, you have a mid card championship. Damian Priest is I think I don't like him, but he's a main event level superstar. You know, he had a world championship run. He's a main event level superstar. Drew McIntyre, a main event level superstar, undisputed. LA Knight can get there, but they look like they don't wanna do it. Let's circle back to the guy we were talking about earlier. Why is Carmelo Hayes not fighting Jacob Fatu for U.S. Championship?
Yes.
Why do you have a mid card champion?
Because they haven't positioned him there.
And that's the problem. If you had Jacob Fatu come out there, and while Solo was doing that, I'm the reason why you're here, and then you did the whole thing the correct way, the same way the segment went. They walk out, Carmelo Hayes comes out. I won the Battle Royal, so I want the belt. Bow! You have 3 weeks to tell a quick feud between Melo and Jacob, 2 mid-card level superstars, and you would have elevated them both. But instead, you got 3 main event level superstars, well, 2.5, to come down with Jacob. Why?
If you had the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, let's just say it wasn't just for a trophy, right? Let's say you win this Battle Royal, you get a shot at whatever championship of your choosing, as long as you go out there in front of the champ and challenge him 1-on-1.
It works for everybody. It works for the people. It works for the wrestler. Like,
if you had Carmelo Hayes win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which I said, I admitted in the chat, I literally gave him honestly no chance because of just the way that he was booked.
yeah.
But he won. And you know what? I was very happy about that because finally they gave him something. But then they didn't do anything afterwards with that. They continued with The Miz. So, if you actually had Carmelo win that Battle Royal, go, continue on the build with Backlash and say, hey, all right, I'm the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. You want to know what I'm coming after now? I'm coming after you in the United States title. I'd be behind that. Because that's something new. That's something fresh. That's something good for Carmelo Hayes to be in. Because if you're going to be working with somebody like Jacob Fatu, not only are you going to be leveling up to Jacob Fatu's level because of the work rate that he has, but Jacob Fatu is going to bring the best out of you as well.
And that's the Melo won that shit, and they gave him a shiny chain with Andre the Giant's head.
And Andre head on a chain, yeah.
In a Miz storyline. That's why people don't like this Miz stuff, because he won a Battle Royale to have his name on a statue, and then you paired him with the Miz and gave him a heavy necklace, and now he's off the Backlash program. But 3 main event superstars, 2.5 superstars are on a mid card championship. Bless you, Nate. They're on
the best Andre Battle Royal that's ever existed. That was
every match on this Backlash card could have been booked better as far as story goes. That's my personal problem. Every match on this card could have been booked better. That's why I don't care about half of it, because you of course this Fatal 4-Way is going to be a great match to watch, but if you have no story with it, we're just watching a show. We're just watching a glorified Monday Night Raw.
We're watching 2 WrestleMania feuds that already happened in a 4-way.
Yeah, and WrestleMania wasn't good enough to bring it to Backlash. I don't want the Backlash from that WrestleMania. Yeah. I don't want no Backlash from that. That's ass. That's back ass. I don't want that. Back trash. That's mad shit. I don't want that. WrestleMania 40 Backlash maybe. WrestleMania 41 Backlash? No.
They even called it WrestleMania Backlash for years.
I thought they called it. I thought they called this one that, but I don't think they did. I thought one of them said
didn't. They called it Backlash.
But didn't they call the last SmackDown WrestleMania SmackDown? Or am I tripping?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, okay, all right.
They did.
Let's make sure. Okay.
It was WrestleMania Raw and WrestleMania SmackDown for the build to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40 had that. WrestleMania 41 didn't.
I hate that shit. Why? That's
WrestleMania 41 did, but WrestleMania 40 did.
No, I thought the last show before the last SmackDown before Mania 41 they called it WrestleMania SmackDown. I might be tripping, but I'm like 95% sure they did that.
I don't remember
That's usually
that,
what they
but
do.
if it was, then
Yeah.
I know they did it last year.
Yeah, I was hoping not, because that's a Vince McMahon ass thing to do.
last year I remember for sure. Last year for 40, I remember that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't remember it for this year.
I don't know.
For
I
41.
probably gotta go back and look, but I thought they did. Shit. But yeah,
But-
Jacob Fatu
but for-
wins. You know.
But for me, it's Jacob.
Yeah.
Hey. I don't care if you Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight. Look, LA Knight, Midnight, Dark Knight. They gonna get their ass beat from post to post, from coast to coast. Y'all know what I mean?
5, 2. That's my guy.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I saw
Alright.
that man in real life. That is a big human being.
He is
That's
a big
nigga.
I
That's a
I got
big
like
nigga.
somewhat close to him.
I mean, big
I
guy.
was so
Big
scared.
It's crazy because he's one of the nicest dudes.
Fatu is
You don't
a
look
big
like
man.
it.
He is
Since
for nothing.
he's-
That nigga is huge.
How tall is Zilla?
Huh?
Zilla, let me pull it up because I actually got a picture with Zilla, so I can tell you in just a few seconds.
Fuck you.
What's he fuck him for?
Did you say fuck me because I got a picture with Zilla? Fuck you, nigga. What?
No,
The fuck?
I'm only saying that.
I mean, I would
Fuck
have to
you.
get
What the fuck did I do?
I'm only saying that
I mean,
because
he's
What
at
is
least
fuck him for?
I
He's
couldn't
at-
meet
he's
him.
at least
Zilla's like
bad
Barstool.
blood.
he's at least 6
Yeah,
feet,
Zilla-
6'2".
Oh, dude.
Zilla, you can't really see it, but yeah, Zilla's like 6'1".
Oh,
So I'm
damn.
5'8".
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
tall
Yeah,
dude.
that nigga's like
He-
Yeah, that's
at least
Also,
6'1".
Also, I said that because
I thought he was
couldn't
much
meet Zilla
closer
bad
when we
blood.
Shit.
picture, but now looking back at it,
He's definitely
nigga got
either
some
like
height.
he's like 6'1", 6'2", for sure.
I get that.
Also, I was just mad because I didn't get the chance to meet Zilla at Bad Blood. So yeah.
But all right, we got 2 more matches to go here. This one's definitely going to be very well. It's definitely polarizing because whoever we know who wins this match, but is it for the right reasons? No. Becky Lynch challenging Lyra for the IC title.
Can I go with this? Okay.
My heart,
yeah, I stand fast.
my heart says Lyra, but my head says Becky.
I'm going to he should put her over because she should put her over. Like, makes no
She
sense
put her
to
over
her to have
once.
that time.
That's not up for debate. So I mean, Lyra definitely should and needs to win this, but it's up to him.
I
No, but
understand
guys, you
what
gotta
she's-
elevate the championship, guys. Becky Lynch is gonna elevate the championship. She's gonna make the championship worth something, guys.
That's exactly the reason that everybody gives. And
Not
it's
not booking Lyra as a dominant champion. Not having her defend the championship. No, you have to put Becky on because Becky's gonna make it worth something, and we're all gonna care again. Shut the fuck up, nigga. My dick. Go
And
care
I
about
love,
shit.
hey, don't get it
I ain't gonna
twisted.
lie, I ain't gonna lie.
Becky, but
I think
you
Lyra
can't be
wins.
doing that.
She
Lyra
bet-
wins
I
it.
would like for her to, but
Hey,
she probably
and
not.
Tay, you're right. You wanna know why? And I'll tell you why. Because you know who we ain't seen in a bit.
Bailey.
Who Becky told us that she attacked. Which, by the way, I forgot to put it. But y'all remember when I tweeted out? I said I'm willing to bet the house Becky attacked Bailey. What happened? Oh, by the way, I attacked Bailey.
That was
I called it.
the most obvious thing ever.
That was kind of predictable. I ain't gonna lie.
No, 'cause
I
you
thought Naomi
know
did
niggas, they be like, oh, Bailey's gonna come back and attack Lyra. It was all a ruse. She wasn't actually hurt.
That was the most
She's about to
obvious
turn
thing
heel.
ever.
It was
That
me,
was the most
Austin. It was
obvious
me
thing
all
ever
along.
that it was Becky that attacked Bailey.
I did it.
But anyway, Lyra is gonna win because Bailey is gonna come back. There's gonna be a spot where either if they don't do a rest spot, which I don't. Have they ever done a rest spot? That's besides the point. But what's gonna happen?
It's rare, actually.
Becky's gonna be ready. She's gonna be ready to hit the manhandle slam, and then, oh, that fuck ass theme song, Role Model. Her music hits.
They don't
it
do-
distracts
they
Becky,
don't
and boom.
That shit is terrible.
Yep.
They don't.
It's
say
gonna
the
distract
role model.
Becky, and then Lyra's gonna hit Becky with the Nightwing, and then 1, 2, 3, because we're
All I know
definitely
is
getting
if-
Becky and Bailey at some point.
That's a
That's every
feud that got some
I
meat
know
on it
if
I
Lyra-
for
think-
SummerSlam.
I think what we're getting is a triple threat at Evolution. I do.
See
If
this
they
triple
do.
threat.
Here we go with these multi-woman
If they do
matches.
it.
Here we go with these multi-man matches, man. Well, multi-woman. Excuse me. That.
I think we're getting a triple threat.
I ain't even holding out hope
I-
for an evolution at this
I-
point. If they announce
They're
it, they
not getting
announce
that
it.
relationship.
I don't think that should happen.
My
Man.
pick is Lyra Valkyria to retain because of Bailey coming back to, cost Becky. But
I'm going Lyra.
it
When
would
Lyra
not.
does win, I never want to hear the word
Would not shock
Becky
me
and Hogan in
if
the same
Becky
team.
won this championship at all.
Wait, what did Deanna
but,
just say
yeah,
to me?
I'm going Lyra. What?
Tay just said something to me. What did he say?
He said when Lyra wins, he
said-
never wants to hear the words Becky Hogan
Oh,
again.
shut up. Boo. Shut up.
Bro.
You want to hear that?
Because I never understood it. She be putting motherfuckers over more
I
than
hear a
anybody
lot
Oh,
of-
she
I
called
know.
the niggas
She
out
has
about that
to-
too.
she has to
said,
lose
why the
eventually."
fuck would you compare me to the worst person on earth?
That was low hanging fruit, and Becky knows it. That was no, she's not right. That was low hanging fruit, and she knows it. Ain't nobody call her a racist fucking prick. No one called her that. We called.
Yeah, that was crazy.
They were calling her Hogan because she wins all the time. That's what we called her that for.
And let's
Don't-
call
don't-
her
don't-
Becky Cope. Let's call her Becky
They call
Cope.
everybody Hogan for real.
Listen,
Hey,
Yo,
if
listen,
if
y'all-
that's
y'all-
the case,
Listen.
They call
Ain't,
her
ain't,
Hogan.
ain't nobody called her a nasty racist fuck man like Hulk Hogan. No one called her that.
if that's the case, if
Well,
we're
no,
just
no.
calling people-
After SummerSlam 21 with Bianca, niggas was getting ready.
Yeah,
They was
because
getting ready.
yeah, Hogan the wrestler, not Hogan the person. Are you dumb? Like what are we
No,
talking
I'm
about?
saying they were starting the oh, Becky might be a racist. She beat Bianca in 26
Oh,
seconds.
oh,
But
well,
why did
racist,
she
no.
do that? Niggas was getting
Racist
ready.
no.
I never saw that on my timeline.
Ra-
so your
ra-
timeline is crazy.
Racist no. Over pushed yes. There was. I will never believe there was a reason for her to beat Bianca in 26 seconds. Just like there was no reason for her to win NXT Championship.
Lee was
Just like there was
come
no
out and say
reason
that
for her to win
Becky's
IC
been
Championship.
fighting.
And
There was absolutely no reason for Bailey to be left off the Mania this year.
And that
I don't
route.
like that. I don't like that at all.
That's the thing. The route of Becky
Let me
puts
come
people
out,
over
literally
too.
say that
All-
That's
Becky
stupid.
All
fight for the-
WWE had to do was have Becky return on the Raw after Mania. That's it.
It was so simple, right? And what does it come back to again? What I said earlier. All of this is Triple H's fault. All of this is, and I'm not saying all.
You know what's
I'm not
crazy?
saying none of you didn't believe that. What I'm saying is
It was
that's
crazy.
the
When she won the
problem.
tag titles that night. They go, oh, guys don't like, but you guys don't like it when Charlotte
The
does. Like,
only-
I don't agree that she won the tag title.
Yeah, her and Charlotte are the same to me. Becky and Charlotte are the same to me.
Yeah.
They're the same to me.
The
So they
only
was gonna
thing
make-
that is going to be a saving grace for me with this feud with Lyra and Becky is that Lyra, first of all, needs to retain this championship. But I personally do believe that WWE did a fantastic job at making Lyra Valkyria somebody that finally stepped out of Becky Lynch's shadow. With the whole Irish stuff.
And she cut a really good promo
She-
like 2 weeks in a row.
She has cut 2 amazing promos against Becky Lynch. And people are finally starting to figure out who Lyra Valkyria is and finally getting behind her.
She is getting over. Do you
She
think
is
her theme? You know,
I feel like Loff, you know this firsthand. Lyra Valkyria, from when I saw her in NXT, she was one of my first girls in NXT that I absolutely loved. She's on the main roster. They gave her the Intercontinental Championship. I loved that for her, right? But it didn't do any favors when Corey Graves just kept calling her Bird Girl.
Bird girl crazy.
She
upset me sometimes.
I hate Corey Graves.
She pisses me off sometimes, bro.
I
that-
hate Corey Graves.
that didn't do her any favors, and that is why people just considerably just put her down to where they just really didn't care about her. But now she finally, stepped out of the shadow, had 2 amazing promo battles with Becky Lynch, honestly cooked her most of the time. And she stood tall for most of that. Now, WWE just has to do the right thing and have her retain the title. And once that and if that is actually done, then WWE did absolutely 100% the right thing in this feud. And then you're gonna have Bailey and Becky do their own thing.
Yeah, that's cause they botched it so many times. Now you got to do something right. You messed up Becky's return. You messed up her heel turn. Her heel turn wasn't as consequential because it was a week. It wasn't even 24 hours before the win. And you gave Liv and Raquel the belts, and Liv not even in it.
I can't get behind Becky as a babyface. I can't get behind Becky as a heel. I can't get behind Becky at all. I can't get behind Becky as a heel, mainly because, and a lot of you know this from firsthand, from personal reasons, big time Bex. She was Gollum throughout that entire time. My precious.
That was a really.
Precious.
I hated that shit too. That they gave it effort. What I will appreciate. I always will appreciate when they give it effort. You don't think they gave it effort?
They didn't. She was insufferable as big time.
That's what I'm saying. I think like even with the makeup and the hairstyles and the different entrance, like the difference in attire, I think I count that as effort. It's minimal effort, but I do count that as like she didn't look the same.
She was insufferable.
She was.
When she was calling the championship my precious, I'm like, oh my god, we're actually turning her into Gollum.
It was. I didn't say it was good at all. All I'm saying is they put effort into her attire, the way she spoke. She talked totally different. That counts as effort. It may not be an effort in a win, but it's effort. You feel me? So I appreciate that. Did I like it? Hell no. That shit was terrible. But Becky is in that weird position of like she'll always have her fans, but at the same time, every wrestler has a fan. That's cool. That doesn't mean you have to keep putting them in this position where they're beating the younger star just for the younger star to go over again. And if we're, like I said, if we're in this new era, that's a Vince McMahon ass thing to do. If you want to elevate a champion, have Lyra win the belt. I would say clean. So there is no, she only helped because of Bailey. Lyra beat her clean, and then Bailey comes out.
You know it's not gonna be clean.
That's what I'm saying. I know it's not gonna be, but it should. But it should.
I would not have mind. Here's the thing, though. Like, if we're talking about like a superstar that's in like the same caliber as like if we were gonna put a veteran against Lyra for this Intercontinental title, I would have been perfectly fine if we were doing Bailey and Lyra for this title.
Seriously,
I've been perfectly fine with that.
That's weird too in a way.
Perfect person to. It was the perfect person to actually like, you know.
I understand that would have been weird, but I would have been perfectly fine with it because at least Bailey's put people more over than not.
Bailey put everybody. She had a losing streak back in, what was it, right before WrestleMania 40. She was on like a year-long losing streak.
Right.
It was
so she actually has the gall to put people over.
But that's the thing. Why is this company so obsessed with not keeping mid-card championships in the mid-card? You're trying to establish a mid-card championship and you have her constantly defending against main event level superstars. You're actively destroying the point of the belt. Bailey's not a mid-card superstar. Becky's not a mid-card superstar. Why are you having them feud against superstars that aren't mid-card just for the sake of elevation? There's different ways to get to the top.
Like, it's name value and elevation. Those are the only two things that they can say.
That's abysmal. That's abysmal storytelling.
Does it make it make sense? And is that like an actual legitimate reason? No, but that's what they say.
It is if they were actually attempting that. Because I forgot. I'm so glad y'all brought this up. I forgot who said it the other day. It was on TikTok or something. Somebody was like, they like it when main event talent drop to the mid card because it's like, okay, give them something else to do besides constantly chasing the world title, winning and losing. Because after a while, it gets boring. I.e., Rhea Ripley, and they brought up John. John was a main event talent who won the mid card title and properly elevated that one. I feel like they're trying to replicate that today, and they're not doing a good job at it. Is that because they don't do open challenges anymore? That I'm not saying that's the reason, but it could be. It could be.
Okay. I've heard so many arguments when it comes down to a women's mid card championship finally being on the PLE solely because Becky Lynch is in this.
Because she
I'm
ruins
not gonna
half
lie,
the shit.
that is definitely the only reason why that match is on this card.
It is 100%, and that's what sucks about it because at the
And
end
if
of the
people
day,
don't believe
WWE
it, if people don't believe that, where's Zelina's match?
You're
Where's
absolutely
Zelina's
right.
match?
You are absolutely
You're
right.
absolutely-
Not facts. Not facts.
you are absolutely right.
That's the problem. That's the biggest
I-
problem, but that's
and-
their solution.
And I've even seen some narratives go around as to why Zelina is the United States champion in the first place, and I don't like it.
Oh no!
I can think of one. I can think of one. I don't want to hear it.
No. I know what you're gonna
It
say. I
might be the
think
thing that I've seen.
no.
It might be the thing that I've seen.
I think we're thinking the same thing, Phil. I think
That better not be the reason. Ooh.
Well, say it.
Lawfit's exactly what you think.
Ooh. I
Her
don't.
dad. Her dad. That people
No.
Oh no,
they
not
always-
not that,
Oh,
not
what
that,
did you
not
see?
that. I don't think
That's
no,
not what I was thinking.
not that.
No, that's
Oh,
not
then
what
what
I
did you
was
see?
thinking.
Because that's what I've been seeing.
No.
People saying she only won it because
No.
her dad. And
That-
yada,
that
yada.
is- that's-
No.
Mercedes, my name.
That's terrible.
That's
Oh,
not
the
what I was
Mercedes
thinking.
narrative.
That's not what
Oh.
I've seen. That's not what I've seen, and
That
that's not
not
what
that.
I was thinking.
I hope I never
So
see that. 'Cause that's fucking
would
terrible.
be- that would honestly
Yeah,
be
y'all are
just
lucky you're
terrible.
not on the dark side of the IWC. It gets.
That's
I-
bad.
I'm at the point I'm
I wouldn't
blocking
talk
at least
about
10
that.
people a
It's
day.
wicked.
I've seen
It
the
gets
reason-
wicked. It's
I've seen
wicked.
the reason
It gets
that she-
wicked. I
German trenches, nigga.
I've seen the reason why she's the United States champion right now because of the AAA stuff.
Oh, that's kind of worse. Oh God, that's kind of worse than the one I.
And that's worse. And that's worse to me.
I
It
wasn't.
is worse.
I wasn't
Ugh.
thinking of that at all
I-
either.
I-
What are y'all?
I
What?
legitimately hope that it's
Which one
not
did you
the
see,
case,
Loft?
because
What the
I
fuck?
personally-
This is
I
bad.
personally believe that Zelina. I personally believe that Zelina absolutely deserves 100% what she got here with the United States
Yeah.
title. I love Zelina Vega, and she deserves something like this for sure.
Loft,
Was
which one did
Chelsea
you
Green-
see then? What was the reason you saw?
No, I thought
Wait,
I thought they were. I watched one video the other day, and the dude was trying to say that she wanted just as like a goading to get Alistair to come back, and I'm like,
Oh,
That's
I saw-
even worse.
I saw that too.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Somebody
I
said that nigga signed and said, "Now put the title on her."
that and
Now do it.
that's what I was thinking earlier. I'm like, oh wait. Zelina Vega, to me, has always been someone on the roster who checks off every box. So why in the world why have we all heard different excuses for why she won the championship instead of just saying she won the championship because she fucking deserved it? Why does it always
Do we
come
not
down to
remember her
that?
match against Rhea at Backlash Puerto Rico?
Why does it always come down
Do
to
we
that?
not remember that shit?
And bro,
That shit was
and
gold.
bro, I ain't gonna lie. It only comes
was
down when it
gold.
comes down to the women. It only when someone who wins a championship,
Facts.
when it's a woman, they try to find every other way to grasp it, and it's like, or maybe just throwing something out there, Zelina checks off all of the boxes that some of y'all favorites don't.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Maybe let's just try that for a
Look.
second. It's not because of her husband. It's not. I'm not going to mention that thing that that was said before. 'Cause that's beyond terrible. Both of those were fucking ridiculous. The one I said was ridiculous. But I'm just saying like
I don't like either
Yeah,
of those reasons.
none of
and I
those
really
narratives.
hope neither.
yeah, Zelina Vega won the U.S. championship. One because somehow, some way, this is like her first championship in the WWE. I think. Besides, I think she won the women's tag belts.
Yes, period.
Wait, did she win the women's tag belts?
Yeah,
or no?
she's a former tag champ.
Her and
Yeah,
Carmella, right?
It was her and Carmella.
Okay, all right,
This,
but
this is her first singles
Yeah.
championship in WWE.
the fact that right now, and Zelina's been here for a long time. The first time I saw Zelina was when she was in TNA. Her name was Rosita. Her and Zelina, her and
yeah.
Sarita, when they were with Mexican America.
Other than TNA, when I saw her paired up with Andrade in NXT, I loved it.
That was good too.
And I honestly,
She's never been bad.
I honestly want that pairing back. I would love it if that pairing came back.
I don't think they should do that because then they're gonna because of Andrade. They have to. Zelina right now, they put the singles belt on her. Let her do something without a man being in the direct vicinity of her.
Well, no, I agree with that.
Can we
I
like?
would-
Do,
I agree.
yeah,
with
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
I just love that.
Don't, and that's cool. It was a great pairing. It was an absolutely great pairing. But like, you had Zelina when her name was Sarita, and you had her with Hernandez and I forget bro's name in freaking Mexican America, or that's the stable in TNA. It sounds weird when I say it.
No, I know what you're talking
What-
about. I know.
It wasn't
I know
Homicide. Who was the nigga's name? I can't.
I know exactly.
LA,
what you're talking about.
wasn't it LAX?
Yeah, but it was Hernandez. It was Sarita, who's Zelina. It was Rosita, cause they were the women's tag champs or some shit. And then it was Hernandez, and then it was some other dude. And I can't.
Homicide.
It wasn't Homicide.
Homicide.
It wasn't Homicide.
Oh, what Homicide?
Hernandez and Homicide were a tag team together.
I like how I heard.
No.
Say homicide.
I mean,
Hernandez.
you had.
Hernandez.
Actually, no, hold on. I'm looking it up because Hernandez and
I mean, you
Homicide
had
were a
that-
tag team, but it was somebody else who was in that stable.
Girl.
It wasn't Homicide. I highly doubt it was. It was somebody else. What was nigga's name? Oh,
There were so many,
his
there were
name.
so
No,
many members.
his name was
LAX.
freaking. Oh my
Jesus.
god, his name was.
There was.
It wasn't Camacho because Camacho was in
Ortiz
WWE.
here at one point. Loki was in there at one
I forget
point.
his name. Oh my god. Now,
What?
his name was fuck.
El-
Something with a C.
Hernandez and
See,
It was something with a C. Fuck. What was his name?
there's nothing C for LAX.
not Cortez, right?
No, what the fuck was his name? I'm gonna cry. Wait a minute. No, wait, no. I'm not doing this. What the hell was his name? What the hell?
We're talking about the same group, right?
LAX and Mexican America are two different things. Hernandez was just in both of them. LAX.
I never heard the second one.
Yeah, LAX was Hernandez, Homicide, and then like a few other people. Homicide left TNA, I think, or he got hurt. I can't remember. Hernandez was still there, and he was in a tag team with Matt Morgan. It was either before the Matt Morgan thing or after, but he had a stable with him, Zelina, Sarita, and this other nigga with a tank top on, and I just can't think of his name. Hold up, wait a minute.
What other?
Anarchia. That was his name. Anarchia. His name was Anarchia. Oh my fuck! I knew it. This is deep cut TNA shit. I told you I was TNA before. Bro.
I can tell you. I remember the exact last episode of TNA I watched. It was Brooke and Bully's wedding.
I was still locked in at that point.
Everybody was like, "I'm with aces and eights."
You know, I was
the
deep.
last episode of TNA I watched.
Well, I loved Ace.
That
and Eights.
I'm like that was it's like deep cut TNA stuff. I'm a TNA nerd. I apologize, but his name was Anarchia, and that was the 4-person stable. Rosita, Sarita, Hernandez, Anarchia.
I remember my first TNA when Kurt debuted.
I was like, 06.
God damn!
All right, pause.
How old
pause.
was Saul? Wait,
That's another podcast. How the fuck did we even get on Zelina? Back to Zelina.
because she was in the stable. She's in the stable. That's what I'm saying. What I was trying to get to was that's what I was trying to. Zelina has always been in stables.
Started watching TNA and shit.
Zelina has always been in stables where she is right next to a man. Let's just try to give Zelina something where she's just on her own for a little bit. She can talk for herself. She can wrestle for herself. Give her a different finisher though, because her and Roxanne got the same finisher damn near, and it's just one of them got to pick.
Ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Zelina got to get that up. Zelina got to give it up.
Why Zelina got to give it up?
They can't both do the same finisher?
Who had it first though? No, they cannot. No, absolutely
They
not.
got the
No,
same
they cannot have the same
finisher.
finisher. No.
Zelina does the code red because of Amazing. Red.
And Roxanne does it
Maybe do the spirit, so why they can't do the code red?
because you know how many niggas do the same spear, the same frog splash, the same body slam, the same choke slam, the same power bomb. One of them needs to get a different finisher so we can separate the two. It's bad enough the crowd doesn't give a damn about Roxanne and Zelina now. Give them a finisher for the crowd to care about them. Give them both. One of them has to drop that finisher because you're not going to get a finisher over if two people have it, but someone kicks out on it on Raw, but on SmackDown they don't kick out of it.
I'm about to say something like
The reason why I say Zelina should change is because Roxanne has it named. like not the code red. It's
Yeah,
Pop
no,
Rock, so that gets over on its own.
yeah, I was gonna say have Zelina like use the 619 or something.
She does though.
I
She
know
does
that's what I'm saying.
anyway.
Or just give her a finisher that she can call the Zelina attack, or I don't know, do something. Give her, give her,
we def rebel.
you know, just give her a submission or something. Give
Oh my
her,
god, the Zelina attack connect!
give her a finisher that she can call her own and that people won't kick out of, so you can build a champion. Like this company, like forgot how to do this. It was.
Honestly,
Hey, I don't get paid
Zelina
for
with
this
a
shit,
450
okay?
would be a cold ass finisher. Zelina with a 450 would be cold as fuck.
It's their job to make
Probably
it.
can do it, both of them.
It's literally their job. It's not my
she
job.
definitely
If
can
they
do
want to
it.
pay me, myself and my girlfriend have been waiting for jobs in creative. I'm not playing around. We will fix this company together. But Triple H is not. He's not. He ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Malik Anarchy, yeah.
The product will be so much better.
You know what
We
I'm saying?
all would be so freaking good.
Hey, you put me in charge of the women's division, I'm turning the main roster around the day fucking one.
I don't think men should be
That shit
booking
look like
women.
night
I
and day.
don't think men should be booking women.
Yeah, men
Yes,
should not be
that's
booking
me
women.
personally.
True. But if you have to have a man book it, it should be me who actually cares about women's wrestling.
Hey, listen,
unlike
hey, you
them
got
niggas with the pen and paper.
You're right. You got it. I just.
As long as you
As we've
have
seen on
somebody,
DWF, I know how to cook up
as
some
long
women's
as you have
storylines.
somebody in that room, as long as you have somebody in that room that cares about women's professional wrestling, I don't care who books it.
Not a single nigga in that room
Just put it
does.
back.
That's why you need me in that bitch.
That's why they're gonna be on
Just put it
Unreal.
back.
Yeah, we gotta put Charlotte and Becky in a tag team and have them fight the Kabuki Warriors for the tag
Oh
team.
God, please no, please.
It was
no.
on the whiteboard. It was on the whiteboard.
It was.
It was on the whiteboard.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Stupid bitches.
look, Lara needs to retain. Becky needs to lose. There you go.
Yeah.
Cena Orton.
Hey, remember how I said
This
Jeff
is
Cobb
gonna
was on the
be
way
good.
to WWE?
Oh hell no, TJ, what you doing, bro?
This
Remember I
is
said
going.
Jeff Cobb
This
is
is
on the
going.
way?
To be very interesting. I got Cody coming back here.
Oh God, sweet Jesus,
Adrenaline
please
in
no.
my stomach.
Oh,
Saul
God.
is gonna hit it.
Oh man, you done set Saul up,
Saul,
bro.
Saul is gonna
Please
hit it.
no.
Shut
up. Please no.
Phil,
Saul's gonna
no.
hit it, but I
Go ass up.
Oh
Shut your
my
ass up.
god.
But Phil, are you
This
looking
is
for?
the
video about this last
This
week.
fucking dude.
But Phil,
Well, he's
but
just
Phil,
gonna have to suck it up.
hold on,
He's just gonna have to
hold
suck
on.
it up.
Are you looking for Cena and Punk at SummerSlam and then Cody and Randy at SummerSlam?
I'm hold on. First of all, I do not see a world where Randy Orton wins this championship at Backlash.
Fair.
I don't.
Fair.
Nope.
I don't see a world where that happens. But the reason why I have Cody back is because at the end of the day, I do think Cody would obviously want some revenge after what happened at WrestleMania. I think if you're going to have Cody come back at Backlash, he's going to be so focused on wanting to get his hands on John Cena, it's ultimately going to cost Randy Orton in the end the WWE Championship. I would much rather have a situation where we have Cody Rhodes ultimately cost Randy the WWE Championship and have John Cena retain, and you continue the slow build of Randy continuously getting pissed off at Cody to a point to where we will finally see a point where we see Randy just RKO Cody
His
when
head off.
Shut up, Saul.
just RKO Cody when the time is right.
I'm with someone. I don't know.
I think Cody being the catalyst to Randy Orton losing the undisputed WWE Championship opportunity is a great way to continue on what the fans are already doing to Cody Rhodes, and that is booing him, to be quite frank, because they were booing the fuck out of him out of the building on that episode of Friday Night SmackDown until he was able to turn it around, and then at WrestleMania, nobody gave Cody a freaking lick of a chance because everybody wanted to see 17.
I have two theories. I'm gonna give you a theory based off of yours first, Phil, and then my original one. because I can kind of see them going towards Randy and Cody. Imagine, right? Travis Scott comes out trying to help Cena again, and Cody comes out to neutralize that. But somehow, Cody, like, there's got to be a spot where he goes at Cena, and the referee catches it and calls a DQ, which is a throwback to when Randy got himself disqualified when he was defending against Cena, and that causes Randy to snap because it's like, what the fuck are you doing? But my original theory, remember how I said Jeff Cobb is on the way and then internally on the SmackDown roster?
So
Pause!
Pause!
Pause! You wait, damn it, you will wait!
Let him shoot.
I don't know where the fuck Saul went.
I was about to say, Saul so mad. He
So I
left.
said, fuck.
They said Jeff Cobb could debut as early as this Saturday. Now imagine Cena's fighting Randy, right? I hope Travis Scott doesn't get involved, but since somebody else doesn't know how to show up to work, imagine Travis comes out there, helps Cena win, dastardly deeds. Cody comes out, even the odds, whatever. And just as it looks like Cody and Randy are about to get on the jump,
RKO.
no, that's the Jeff Cobb. Did you ignore everything I just said leading up to this?
Saul don't care. Yo, Saul don't care about nothing.
I said, Saul, what is 1 + 1? He said 7.
We're not going to see an RKO hit on Cody until later on. So just
especially if I just said Cody's helping Randy even the odds. Randy goes, I know Travis cost me the match, but I still am on Cena's side. No, that's what I was thinking. It's not going to be Travis Scott that comes out. It's R-Truth that's going to fucking cost Randy. After this fucking shit we saw between him and Jimmy and Randy, R-Truth is about to cost Randy this fucking match.
R-Truth is about to
cost Randy this match. Phil, you're shaking your head. That tells me you did not watch SmackDown, because that segment should let you know R-Truth is about to cost Randy this fucking match. Then that should let you know R-Truth is about to cost Randy this fucking match.
I did watch SmackDown, so... And it was the worst 3 hours of my life, but yeah.
That SmackDown was ass.
It was
But that is a very good plot point with R-Truth, though.
I'd much rather have Cody come back than R-Truth, of all people. The close of Randy.
I ain't gonna... Hey, okay, hold on, wait.
There was a pitch for Cody to come back at Backlash. So.
like Little Jimmy Phil?
I ain't gonna lie.
What?
I think...
Well, Jimmy's great, but...
Look, if you want to get Cena booed, if you want to get Cena like really booed, he beats up R-Truth. Cody's gonna beat Cena anyway. So I think Cody's down. I think Cody should stay off TV for a while. Cody's down the line for me. If you want to really get some heat on John Cena, you beat R-Truth's ass. Because R-Truth, it's like the Rey Mysterio theory. If you want to get a heel over, you have him beat up Rey Mysterio. Everyone loves R-Truth. R-Truth has pushed this whole childhood storyline thing. If you want to do something, it has to be a program. It has to be. If you want to incorporate R-Truth, then you have Cena. I'm talking about the way he beat up Cody at Chamber. You beat R-Truth up the same way. That's just that's what I would do. But Triple H is probably thinking of some whole goofy shit, you know. So I mean.
Hey, all I know is one thing for sure. Jeff Cobb is definitely getting involved in that match.
I do not see it whatsoever.
What? Like, why would he though?
Now, before you ask that, I want you to ask yourself, what reason would he have to get involved in any other fucking match when he's never been in the company? Do you see how that sounds? Do you see how that sounds? What reason would he have?
So
what reason would he have to
get
do anything when he's never been in the fucking company, Tay?
For John Cena.
Again, what reason would he have to be involved in any other match on the card when he's never been in the company? Y'all looking at me like, why would he be involved in Cena's match? Why would he be involved in the Fatal 4-Way? Why would he be involved in Gunther versus Pat? Why would he be involved in anything?
With another question.
Because Jeff Cobb is someone who we've seen his talents all across the world. What's the best way to debut him? You put him in your top fucking story, because Cena's obviously not going to be there for every single week leading up to the next pay-per-view. So you have Jeff Cobb run it with Randy fucking Orton after costing him the match. Shout out Anthony Bowens.
Wait.
No, I don't.
But
I don't see it.
but that's the thing. If you bring Jeff Cobb back, don't you think that opens up the like now people are asking if Jeff Cobb sold his soul like that? Then that ruins the like. I feel like that. I feel like that
Because
throws
Jeff Cobb Jeff Cobb has never been a good guy to have a soul to be sold. Jeff
Right,
Cobb's always
okay,
been about
but how do you
destruction.
But how do you tell that to the crowd without like explicitly telling them? Unless you want to go out there and have them cut a promo.
You just have him cut a promo.
I mean,
just tell him.
You can, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
It got to be a
who
big
he is.
thing. It's just I want to align myself with the best of the best. And the biggest
this
attraction right
this-
now is
yeah.
this.
If Jeff Cobb inserted himself in this entire situation when the WWE audience most likely has no idea who Jeff Cobb even is in the first place, I don't think that's the right way to go.
We gotta stop with that narrative. That whole like you can't insert yourself in the main event because they don't know who you are. The people know who Jeff Cobb is. They know who Jeff Cobb is. And
They
even
should,
if they
but
didn't,
at
even
the
if they
end of the day,
didn't,
it's not
Phil,
always a
even if
guarantee.
they didn't, why the fuck do we insert all the Samoans in the main event when they don't know who they are when they debut?
That is factual.
We can use the same reasoning for anything.
that's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Why do we put the NXT talent with the Miz when people don't know who they are? Because you attach them to a big name to help get them over with your crowd. It's all about how you present that person. If Jeff Cobb comes in and day one you attach him to the Cena Randy storyline, that puts a fucking rocket under his ass and boosts him into stardom, so people know, okay, this dude's got to be some hot fucking shit to go after Randy Orton his first day. Maybe I should look into who Jeff Cobb is to see why he thinks he can go head to head with Randy. Oh, look at that. He just power slammed a nigga that's about 400 pounds. Goddamn.
He
Maybe
got a
Jeff
point,
Cobb
though,
is
'cause
the way.
He
Do
got
you,
a point.
do you
Look-
think, do
look
you
at when
think
Jacob
this?
Fatu
Do you think
debuted.
this goes past Backlash?
Not the
'Cause I
Randy
don't.
Cena part, but Randy has to do something after
don't
Backlash
see-
because Cena's not going to be
I
back
don't
till.
see and Cena going
till-
past Backlash.
Yeah, Randy and Cena's not, but Randy needs something to do, and
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb can be that thing.
Plus, in TJ's defense, when Jacob Fatu debuted, who did he attack?
I forget.
We know.
Oh, who did he attack?
Cody. It was Cody and Randy.
Cody.
Oh shit, I forgot. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cody was stuck in the bloodline for 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
And now look at Jacob Fatu over as a
I mean,
motherfucker.
he is for now, but I was like, he ain't never gonna stop like
I don't think it's a bad theory. I think it's a tad bit risky because even if you execute that the right
I
way,
think it's reach,
now
but,
Triple
I mean,
H. That's the thing.
it-
You have to now put that into Triple H's face and say book it right, because that very well can go bad in a week, if not done if it's not done the right way. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's extremely risky with who's writing the show.
I think it's very
Well,
much.
the only other place he could fit in would be confronting Solo after the Fatal 4, which again, what would be the reason for that? And also, there's no way they run Jacob. There's no way they run Jacob Fatu versus Jeff Cobb his first feud here, especially after pushing Jacob like they have. You don't run Jacob and Jeff that fucking early.
I don't think they should put him into the
I
Bloodline
wouldn't,
Vortex.
I wouldn't mind if Jeff got in somewhere with the Judgment Day and
I
Dom.
don't want that. I don't want that for him.
With
It
Dom?
don't fit. It
Dom,
don't fit at all.
I
Dom would.
don't think it would fit at all. But I think if there's anything else, I mean, costing Penta something.
But we got to remember also, they said he's going to be on the SmackDown roster. So we got to think about the SmackDown side of things, not
Why do I
anything
fear-
over on Raw.
You better not do it. I fear that.
Do what?
Why do I fear that they're gonna do something that? You know how Santos and Garza and all them are having problems? It's like, please don't align.
The
them.
LWO Vortex? That's worse than the Bloodline Vortex.
They are not going to put Jeff
No,
Cobb
they're
in the
not gonna do
LWO.
it.
They're
Jeff
not
Cobb
gonna
is
have
the
Jeff
LWO.
Cobb be. They're
What?
not gonna have Jeff Cobb be in the LWO.
That Vortex is worse than,
Why
than the
would-
I
Bloodline.
was
Yeah,
like, please
LWO.
don't.
What the
Don't-
fuck? Why would he be in? So why would he be part of that?
Why would he be a part of it?
See, Saw, this is why you lose in GM mode. What is that? what is that, bro?
Like,
That's a nasty
What
Vortex.
is-
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm
I don't
Why
think
would
Triple
they
H is
do
that
that,
dumb.
though?
I don't think
Why
they'll
would they
do
do
something
that?
like that.
I am insulted just because you said that.
That's
I
crazy.
don't
I
think
said,
Yeah,
please
why would they
don't.
do that?
I don't like it here.
hell.
But
no.
why would they? Jeff
But why
Cobb,
would they do
to
that,
my
though? That's
knowledge, is not of Latin or Hispanic origin. Why would they put him with
Yes,
the
he is. He's
LWO?
Guatemalan. Yes, he is.
He's
He's
what?
Guatemalan.
Oh.
He's not gonna join
Damn, Saul shut him
LWO.
up. Oh shit, Saul. Oh shit. Saul said, "Wait a minute, hold up."
He's not gonna join LWO, so you're safe.
I didn't know he was Guatemalan.
He's Guatemalan, guys.
Yeah,
Guys, he's
Saul,
Guatemalan.
I didn't know that. Saul
No,
wasn't.
he's not, Saul. He's,
Oh.
he
said he was
he's Filipino. He is Filipino. Looking at it right now, this nigga is Filipino.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, they do have Joaquin Wilder in there. He's Filipino.
Take his points off the board. Take his point. Ref, take the points off the board.
Saul, where the fuck
Wait,
is Guatemalan from?
Review it.
Yeah, you get
Review
that.
it.
So,
Review it.
After
Guatemalan
review,
from?
Saul
after
was
review,
wrong.
the challenge is unsuccessful.
Saul was charged one timeout.
TJ will get his timeout back.
Saul is now charged a timeout. TJ Ball.
he would get 2 additional free throws.
Also,
TJ
his
Ball.
parents are from Guam, which again is not a Latin or Hispanic territory. That shit is in Micronesia, which is an Asian area. That is
Yeah.
an Asian
TJ Ball.
Yeah, nationality.
Islander.
As bomb.
TJ Ball.
Fucking that
God
nigga
damn it,
threw a
Saul.
full court shot, bro.
I thought he made it. I didn't know. Everyone shut up for a second. I was like, oh.
I was looking at everybody.
I thought he hit it.
reactions. I'm
I
like,
was like, oh shit, wait a minute.
I don't know if I can-
I didn't know.
That nigga is Guatemalan.
That's tough.
So he's definitely not joining then. But
it's like
Really go
MJF.
down as top 10
It's like-
OTP players of all time.
It's like MJF joining the Hurt Syndicate.
here's the thing, TJ.
Brother.
That's actually gonna happen.
We heard.
I'm not completely dismissing your idea with this, but I think it's a big stretch, and we'll see if it happens.
Well, y'all better get ready to do some yoga on Saturday then.
Don't-
big
Boo.
stretch.
don't
Big
ever
stretch.
Boo. I ain't gonna lie,
Hey,
technical
whoa,
foul.
what?
Nope, take the free throws away. No, he's getting free throws, technical foul. Nope, technical foul on TJ. That was ridiculous.
Not,
Technical
not
fucking
game
foul. That's a
free.
T. That's what's one T for
All
TJ,
right.
man. Fuck out of here.
But yeah, I just don't see a world where Randy wins this. This is a one and done feud. John Cena retains.
Yeah, Cena resigns.
Of course.
Cena's not losing till people ask.
You thought it was sweet.
I feel like
lose
Cena's
them.
not even losing until December.
And he gonna lose.
I want them to do
because-
I
that
don't want
spot.
to see that man lose till it's his last match.
I ain't gonna lie.
I
Look,
do not want to
Yes,
see that
you know
man
who he gonna lose to,
I-
Saul? Do you know who he gonna lose to?
He's gonna lose it back to
Don't say
Cody.
it. Don't say it. Shut the fuck
He's
up,
losing
Day.
Cody.
Shut the fuck up.
He'll lose
adrenaline
it back to
Cody.
Cody.
in my soul.
He's losing to Cody.
Listen,
Okay, now hear me out. Hear me out, though.
Adrenaline in
What if
my
you
soul.
didn't? What if, imagine Cena retains at SummerSlam, right? And that's where Cody returns, and he starts beating the dog shit out of Cena, right? And as
That'd be
Cody's
fun.
there
That'd
with
be fun.
Cena's like whatever, maybe blood. I don't think they're gonna blade, but Cody's standing over Cena. Someone give me a legit superstar who could win Money in the Bank.
Ellen
Drew McIntyre.
Legit.
Not gonna lie.
Okay, I like that one. As Cody's standing there, all you hear is.
Time for Drew.
I would.
And then
do it.
Drew just comes out with Drew's music hits, and Cody's looking at the ramp because he's like, nah, you ain't taking this shit. Turns around, Claymore to the
Claymore.
fucking face, gets thrown out. The ref gets in the ring. Drew gets ready. Claymore, Cena.
I would pop.
1,
2,
2.
3.
I want Drew McIntyre to win
I'll
Money
be
in the
okay
Bank so
with that.
bad,
I'll
bro.
be honest.
I would
I'll be
like
fine
that.
with that. I will be.
If that
fine
doesn't
with
happen in real
honestly.
life, I'm booking that to happen on 2K because
Bro.
I need to see that now. I think I would
Yeah.
actually.
I'd be fine with
If
that.
I love Drew McIntyre.
If Drew qualifies for Money in the Bank, I'm telling you right now, I might fly out to LA just to be
He
there.
won money.
No,
in the
no,
Bank,
no,
man.
sorry.
He
I
was
said that
behind.
wrong. If Drew, I got
We're going to SummerSlam. We're going to. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what are you
We're gonna
talking
be at
about? Yo?
SummerSlam, dog. What are
We're
you
going to the.
It is.
What are you
We're
talking
gonna
about?
be
If
at
Drew-
SummerSlam.
if Drew wins Money in the Bank, just know I'm gonna be staring at y'all niggas in the car on the way there the whole time. Like,
I do
If it
think
happens.
I think Juice
What
definitely
do you
win
mean,
it.
nigga drive? What do you mean, nigga drive?
The century is happening tonight. He said.
Dog. Oh my god.
I'm still gonna have to find some place if my
Phil,
Plan.
we gave you an option.
Phil, do you not like saving money? Is that what it is? Do you not like saving money?
Phil, they think that we're rich, bro.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, because if Phil is going to SummerSlam like he says he is, Saul has a hotel that's 3 minutes from not Allegiant, 3 minutes from MetLife. Y'all can just split the cost. It would save you $200 at least on what you would get for a hotel by yourself. Y'all are boys. Y'all know each other. Y'all have met. Split the cost and save some money.
Roomies. I'm sorry.
What did you?
I gotta see if I can
I'm sorry.
even get to
I'm sorry.
New Jersey first, let alone see if I can even do this.
You can't just drive. How far is Connecticut from New Jersey? Ain't it like what, 2 hours?
We got like 2 hours. We got a little 2 hours.
I can drive. That's not a problem. I just
Is it work? Is it work?
A lot more things have to go my way than you think. Okay,
Mm.
so I gotta figure out things.
And if you don't
here.
put in that PTO,
It's not.
Say you
that
obviously do not
simple,
know where
man.
Phil works.
It's not
There's-
that. It's not that.
I-
Yeah,
It's not
The
that
stories
simple.
he has told me in
It's not
Loft,
that
nigga, there is no PTO. There's
There's no
Yeah, it's
PTO.
not-
It just-
yeah, it's
From
not
what
that
I've heard,
I'm going
from
to
what
a
I've
company.
heard, if Phil don't show up some days, that bitch is not opening.
If I look at somebody wrong, I'm like.
Hey, Phil, come sign this right up for me. Come sign this right up.
Come here.
He's gonna do a
If I-
disaster kick or something to somebody.
If I
They
just
would
look,
make them to the office.
look at
They would make them
somebody
to the
thinks I killed their grandmother. Like it's
This
it's
dude,
just
no, this dude
Phil,
Phil, this
Mac,
dude
come to
Phil
the
says I'm gonna
manager's
hit him with.
so we back.
Phil says I'm gonna hit them with the meanest crossroads if they don't let me go. Or
I
something.
just want y'all to know there was a time where Phil was telling me he was like, I just wish I could get fired from this place. I was like, Phil, I can just call your job and just say like, you did some heinous shit to me as a customer. I can get you fired real quick. And he was like, no.
I would not do that. I
Because
would
why
not
would
do that.
that's
we're
a,
not going
If
down
you
would
want,
do that?
why not? If you're trying to get
didn't.
fired, you're trying to
I
get
didn't.
fired.
That's
Why
a terrible
not?
idea.
I would
didn't
just be like,
hear-
yo, that guy
I didn't
Phil who was
hear
taking
any.
my stuff, he cussed me out. He said I was a bitch. He said he hopes my pets get lost.
Me and Nate never
Like,
heard
wow, I
of this
didn't know y'all
happening.
employing people like that.
okay with
I
absolutely
didn't.
anything when it comes down to any part of my life.
I didn't hear any of this. I'm
Yeah,
just
my,
here, so I won't
my
get
headphones
fined.
are like glitching. So I ain't hear none of
Yeah,
that.
I
Mine is crazy, bro. I need to get some new
Okay,
ones.
because
This
it
is
comes
tough.
down to my
crazy.
personal well-being in
Yeah.
life.
It's a lot of
I was
shit.
like, that's
A lot of
wrong. I don't
static
think
going
so.
All
on,
I know
yeah.
is
A lot of
I
static.
got to see John Cena at SummerSlam. That's all I need to do.
I'm there for the goat, for real. I'm there for the goat. Dude,
Yeah. It's
Both
my second
nights.
time
And
seeing
Cardi
John
B.
Cena, man.
I
Second
told
time.
Damn, but they're gonna be as well,
TJ. I told TJ the only reason why I would want to come to SummerSlam now is just to see y'all bowl. I said that's the only thing that I want to see now.
Nate,
I
on
said
God.
bowling
That's why
and
we
bowling-
need you to
You don't want to
I
see
wanna
that, man.
see
You're
it,
gonna get
bro.
real ugly.
Bro, I said
Nate,
bowling
I'll
and
tell you right
basketball.
now.
I said
Y'all
that
ain't
was
seen
gonna be
me
You're gonna
do
get
that.
real
Hey.
ugly.
I'm
Hey,
going to.
That's gonna be a nasty scene when I beat Loft
TJ.
and Life in two separate sports.
You're
That's
not.
gonna be
First
a
of all,
nasty-
keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm not getting no film for
Hey, I'm gonna hit you with that. I'm gonna hit you with that line for sinners. Well, fuck your wife too.
You not TJ.
Over y'all niggas
TJ,
and
you
hit
not
y'all
like
with
that,
laser
TJ.
tag.
You're not tough, TJ. You're not tough. You're not that guy, pal.
Hey,
You're not
hey,
that guy.
hey.
You want to be, but you're not that
Yeah,
guy.
I'm Rambo when
I
it comes to
am.
that laser
No,
tag
you're not.
shit, dog.
No, you're
I'm
not.
Rambo when it comes to
You're
the laser
Sylvester
tag.
Stallone, old as
You know,
hell.
the flipping nigga who's like,
Hey.
who do you think you are? I am. That's me.
You're not him.
You ain't no
You're not him.
Teams for laser
You're
tag,
not
man.
that guy.
Y'all niggas aren't. How many times I gotta tell you? Y'all are not being on my team because I do not trust Saul. Saul would be like, "Yeah, I'm on your team." Then he'd be like, "I did it for the loft." Pew pew.
That makes
And then I
sense.
gotta fuck
I
up
did
Saul
it
in the
for the
parking lot because he'll be here being a bitch and shit.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm gonna look at Saul. Go. I'm looking at Saul. Hey,
Saul's
Saul.
gonna be like, he's like, TJ, good job.
Good job.
I was
I'm
like,
like,
yeah.
Look at that dog. I'm like,
Yeah. Fuck it.
you're like, yeah, good. And then
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Y'all know I got a plan. I got a plan for laser tag. I'm gonna break the bank and get a meet and greet for Chris Brown and bribe Lisha would be like, you know what to do.
said, what?
That's crazy.
That is dastardly.
You just feel pow pow.
That is diabolical.
When I pull up to that bowling alley with my custom ball that has my name on it, TJ's gonna realize he made a bad mistake.
No, because that's the thing you don't
You
realize.
made a
I got
terrible
jacket and
mistake.
everything that says my name on it.
Jacket?
It like Gatsby, Bowling Nights. And then I got the glove too.
You ain't Michael Jackson. I have a
Jackson
ball.
Collins.
I will hurt you. Hurt you.
What's the custom ball for nigga that got a custom bowling jacket and glove? Nigga, you ain't
Nigga, it's summertime.
You ain't about that 300 shit.
TJ, it's summertime. Why you need a jacket?
The bowling. See, that's how I know you ain't a real bowler. Them niggas be wearing custom bowling jackets.
No,
they be doing
you're-
the leagues and shit.
Uncle,
You're
it's
in an
cold and
indoor.
bowling.
You're in an indoor. Why you need a jacket to show me that you're a
I'm about to say,
bowler?
bro.
Take your jacket off.
It's not an actual jacket, nigga. It's like the same material as a dress shirt. See, that's how I know you don't be both.
Fuck your material.
It's actual like bowling shirt and pants and stuff.
Yeah, a shirt.
See, you ain't a real bowler. nigga. See, you think
TJ,
you got
listen.
that bowling
No,
life.
I don't need
will
accessories.
say,
I don't need
$200 on your
accessories.
ass.
I don't need accessories. Okay.
If you do have like your own like bowling league shirt, bro, you bout it, bro. You bout it.
That's the
about
thing.
it.
That's TJ wants to be about it. That's the thing. We've never seen no footage of TJ. We ain't got no stats. All we have is words. I have footage. I have stats. I have proof. What does TJ have? A jacket. Get off my. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Real G's moving silent.
Oh, I got a jacket. I got a jacket. Fuck your jacket. Nigga, ain't cold
We
outside.
need a press conference. We need a press
What's your
conference.
highest score, Loft? What's your highest score? What's your highest score then?
Not in Wii bowling.
Hey, you don't even want to start that one. Straight
are you-
300s across the board. Straight 300.
TJ,
games.
I will get my
Yeah, we
Wii.
bowling,
I will
alright?
beat you virtually and in real life. I will beat you in real life.
Wait,
Then
do
go
you actually-
home.
Do you actually have a Wii?
Yeah.
Do you actually have a Wii?
Mhm.
Nigga, bring that shit. I will bring the Michael Jackson game on everything.
I don't have
I will
a-
bring the Michael
shit.
Jackson game.
I need to find a I need a
I
sensor
have the
bar.
motion thing. I will bring my motion thing and the game if you bring the Wii.
Okay.
Nigga, because I know Dan got a big enough living room. Oh, we doing it.
Yeah, damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I need a bar. I need the
Timetable
damn.
about to go
Yeah,
crazy.
I got that part. Love.
Alright.
I'll bring that and the game. You just bring the Wii.
Yeah.
And I'll bring some controllers. You bring some shit. Oh, nigga. It's something about.
There's gonna be some content in Jersey. There's gonna be some dope ass content in Jersey.
Oh shit, it's
That's
almost
crazy. We
midnight.
really about to do this. That's,
Are we still playing GTA or
Damn,
no?
Yo,
Yeah.
Phil, why you
We
looking like
can.
that, bro? Phil, you okay?
The nigga wait till your bitch for a second. I'm like, what happened?
For real, I'm like,
Nigga,
Phil,
Phil
what
said,
the fuck's wrong, bro?
Yo, we're gonna have so much
Bro.
fun. I'm gonna be out for my
I know.
life.
Hey, Phil.
You don't have to be
worry
on
about
hotel with
it.
yourself, yo.
Bro, Phil, don't worry about it, bro. Bro, I'm not
It's
going.
okay,
at
we'll send
all.
lots of
I want to
videos. We'll
go,
send lots
but
of videos.
yeah,
Nate, I heard you
Yeah,
say in the group chat
I
that you
wanna-
were going. So how about that?
I'm gonna have so
yeah.
much.
I said it just to
I'm gonna
be
have so
funny.
much
Rob.
FOMO,
That's
and I'm
funny.
gonna
Say
be
it.
at the event. I'm gonna have so
Hey,
much
we go-
FOMO, and I'm gonna be at the event. That's so sad.
Yo, we're gonna be
Yeah.
there. Be with us. Man.
You know what it is? We gonna hit that. We gonna hit the WrestleMania 2-3 locations. Nate reporting for OTB live from Wisconsin.
Live via satellite. Yeah, it's crazy here, man.
Yeah, satellite.
It's
yeah.
crazy here,
It's
man.
like, yeah, man, over here at Dave and Buster's, the atmosphere is feeling really great. Everyone's in a great mood.
The
We're ready
burgers
for
are
the
hot.
main event, man. How's it going over there?
Dude, I was about to say, knowing me watching SummerSlam, bro, I either be at my friend's house or I'll be here at home.
Hmm.
No cap. Because like they don't do like a lot of Milwaukee is not known for doing like a lot of like pay-per-view watch parties and stuff everywhere. Like I said, I lucked out with WrestleMania because if we didn't
I
have
went to Philadelphia to watch Fastlane with Locke, and they didn't even do it.
yeah, because
Yeah, that
if
was
we
tough.
didn't have if I didn't find that restaurant that did the WrestleMania watch party this year, I would have just been at home.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody
Locke,
yeah,
better be
I
at
was
42.
so mad at that.
You.
Everybody better be at 42. Y'all niggas better be at
That's
42.
me.
And Tay,
2
and Tay,
hours away.
Tay,
I'm going to be
don't even ask about no B&B shit, because I plan on having a boo by that time, and if that's the case, I ain't getting no B&B. I'm getting a hotel, nigga. Because me drunk on Bourbon Street, knowing I got a boo, the shit that's going to happen in that hotel room once we get back.
Hey, brother,
Oh yeah,
hey.
yeah. That's another thing too. If I do show up to New Jersey, bro, I'm not babysitting y'all. No cap.
babysitting.
I am a big boy.
I
You
know,
shut your ass.
cause I
Fuck
know
up.
all of y'all gonna be intoxicated, bro, and I'm gonna just
Hey,
look at
No,
these.
I don't
Hey,
drink. I don't drink. I don't drink.
Hey,
Look at
I don't
these
drink.
alcoholics,
Tay,
man.
Tay,
I
let
don't
me
drink.
hit that Remick. What I know how to hold my liquor. Okay.
TJ, I freaking love you, Nate.
TJ,
TJ,
we
get out
know
my
that's
face,
not
bro.
true.
Hey,
with the
shit.
meanest
Hey,
black man,
all I'm
bro.
gonna say is
Back
this:
up.
y'all better when we go to Coyote Ugly, y'all niggas better not let me get drunk. I'm gonna turn into Mary
Ah,
from
shoot.
Sinners and shit, dog.
We are not letting you get drunk.
No,
Okay?
yeah.
You're not getting drunk.
So you
Yeah.
can
You're like,
serve
okay,
drinks
yeah, you had too many
and
beers.
liquor,
That's enough
but you
beers
can't
for you.
serve this.
No more shots. No more shots.
If I hear any of y'all, Nate, I freaking love you, man, bro. Black mass, black mass, yo.
No. No. DJ's drunk. All I'm gonna hear is nothing is going on the mic. I'm like, turn it off. He's gonna sing on the mic.
No,
If
no,
he
no.
does get drunk, he is not
The
driving
worst
back.
thing I do if I get drunk is I turn into a super flirt. I haven't told you this. When I get drunk, I become like a Bruce Wayne. Like it's
a
easy for
full-on
me to
testicle movie.
flirt with people, but at the same time, I'm scouting out for danger to like protect the ones I love that are around me and shit.
Oh, it's not Batman.
I am when I'm drunk, nigga. Fuck you mean, cut?
I am. Yeah. There we go.
You are what? Huh?
Either way,
Well,
the content
well-
in the jersey is gonna be fire.
We'll
Fire.
cross the bridge.
I can't wait to put a viewer discretion label before
I
every
had to
video.
bring. I have a fucking
God.
tripod. I'm gonna bring my tripod. I have a tripod or something.
SummerSlam. Man, I want to see a Saturday.
I'm taking
Well,
I'm
we can-
taking Tay to a strip club. Don't ask me why. I'm gonna see what happens. That nigga gets
That
left alone. in there.
would be
I don't think you won't
hilarious.
I don't think you will leave me alone.
I
This
can't
the
vlog
stripper
in there,
showed
but
up to
I
this
would love
spot, so
to.
three niggas talking about some Poppy, you wanna dance?
I
He's like,
kind of want to.
And I'm
I
like,
kind of want to see that. I kind of
Teens, they're
want to
gonna
go.
confuse him as a kid, bro. They're gonna confuse him. What did the
Yo,
kid do
stop,
here?
shut up, hold up.
Mijo,
I don't want to go there, but I
Mijo,
kind of want to go there to see that.
Mijo, donde su madre? Mijo, donde su madre? Tay gonna be like, what?
Oh man.
The only way I go to the
Hey,
strip club is I'm like super drunk or some shit.
It's time to cut the camera. Phil, wrap it up, bro. It's time to cut the camera. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up, dog. You guys been talking.
I've honestly
Nah.
been wanting to end this like the last 20 minutes.
It's
so,
time to cut it.
It's great content though. It's great content.
Nah,
OTV extra.
nah.
I've been wanting to end this stream like the last half hour. So
Hey, we got 9 people in the
camera.
chat. Like up the stream, hit the subscribe button.
We need to do a
Yeah,
midnight
if I-
thing. We need to do a.
Yep.
We need to do a midnight thing.
no,
It's
no,
midnight
you
for
guys-
them.
It's midnight
They're an
now.
hour ahead.
It's midnight right now.
It is a- it is 11
they're
o'clock.
out here. It's 11 o'clock where we
It's
are.
11 o'clock. So
You,
yeah,
you, guys,
11:04.
you guys can handle that.
Oh, y'all playing GTA? right now?
Thank you guys for watching OTB tonight. If you guys liked it, like GJ said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, all the things. Most of the people in this chat are pretty much already there, so great job. You did the things,
Keep it
and we appreciate it. We will be back next Thursday, talking whatever. I mean, we decide. What are we doing?
I said, what the
I
heck?
think we're prepping for
What are we
Oh, the
doing?
heat. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Ow, you know.
I got the red on. I gotta hit that.
We'll do that in a sec. So thank you guys for all the love and support. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a good one. Stay safe. God bless. And yeet.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm
you.
hitting
Have a
the
good one,
heat
guys.
from 2K25.
No, you.